Cool. All right, we got the recording going. We should be good now. Rage. Hello. Think. Okay, sweet. All right, welcome everyone to a night out on the DL. We're on session 79, but we're starting a new act. We're on Act 3, Episode 1. What a life! What a life! So it's been a little bit since we played last, so I'll give you guys a quick recap and we'll do some introductions on everybody here because we have a new player. Welcome Millie Bays. We'll get to you shortly. Um, so hi, I'm your wonderful game master, RaginRengo. I'm just chilling. I live my life vicariously through the way these guys play. So I'm always very sad when Biggin rolls and always very happy when Lando rolls. It's the circle of life, as they say. And then Xanarl just frustrates me with his elven accuracy. So we'll see what Millie Bays does to me with his rolls. He's been rolling pretty well in our kind of side sessions before during our session 0. So hopefully he keeps that up. Makes it the bane of my existence because this guy actually knows Arcana better than everybody else in the goddamn campaign. Aside from Lando. There's still a chance Lando wins. If Billy rolls like an 8, I think he loses to Lando's nat 20s. But yeah. So the crew disappeared, and they never heard from Ulrich again. Elwarren is off with his parents. Ulrich went out to a, not dungeon, but into the swamps of the Evermoors, and the crew never heard from him again. What that means, nobody knows. Biggin and Xanarl went to Xanarl's father's place to help cure him of his illness. After about 2 weeks, they were able to remove all the diseases and curses on him, but he was stuck in a perpetual state of comatose. So he was essentially sleeping, which is not what elves do. So there's an issue with that. Then from there, Biggin left to go on his own journey, which he'll get to when he introduces himself, I'm sure, and when you guys ever meet him. Maybe it'll be the session, maybe it won't be. We'll find out. And then from there, Lando and was heading down to Daggerford to meet with the snail. While he was there, Garfield he repaid Garfield's favor to the snail and got a teleport. And there met Millie Bays. I'll let him describe what his character is about, as well as his friendly companion Oxy. Lando and Millie Bays then went from Daggerford to Xanarl's hometown in Silverymoon, where they met up with him and used his base of operations as a way to kind of catapult and jumpstart their adventure. We lost Biggin, but I'm sure he'll come back shortly. And yeah, so let's get to introductions. Xanarl, why don't you go first?
So what am I supposed to do? Is
just
introductions again?
It's been just
like quite a long time.
Just say who you are and like what you guys are doing right now and why it's important to you. And if you have any thoughts on the characters that are literally standing behind you in this dwarven court, which we'll get to in a second, what that means.
Why did I have to be the first one?
you were the first one on my screen that I saw.
Okay. Just wait, do I say my name? No, right? Just Ike?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, I play Xanarl, who's a half-elf. His current goal right now is to figure out his father's curse, illness, and currently he's accompanied with 2 other people. Currently right now at the Dwarven Hall, I believe, or the Dwarven Kingdom, I think.
Yes, you guys are in Zamorvan Hall meeting with the Dwarven King, as he is the last person you have yet to meet to decipher who has done your father so gravely and bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's me.
Cool. Let's go with Lando next.
Fuck. Okay. My name is Lando. Why am I here? I'm on my journey to. I guess I don't really have a reason for being here specifically myself at this current location, but we're just journeying for me to go get some kind of weapon that's supposed to help me, and then gotta go save my my faux dad, basically, something like that.
Sure. Cool. And finally, Millie, what are you doing here, man? What's your game plan?
Millie Bays here is here with a special wartime offer to the dwarven generals and army men. He's attempting to effectively con them with magical weaponry, which isn't as magical as he has demonstrated. And he's right now, I guess, kind of just doing the adventuring networking part of that, which is building trust with Zanril and Lando by potentially murdering some guy who wronged Zanril's father, which sounds like a good way to get to know these guys.
And
Nothing like a little killing.
nothing like a little killing. Biggin, are you alive? Because you were off roll 20.
He gone.
He's gone. Cool.
No, I'm here. I just didn't think the sign. Right. Well, I'm
You,
the
you,
big.
you can be logged into roll 20. You can watch all of this. This would be boring not having a screen to look at.
Oh no, I had to reboot my browser.
Okay.
That's
good.
why.
Got it. Continue.
No, I'm the begin. I went off looking for well, me niece and me twin niece and nephew, and well, it took a wee bit longer than I thought. That's all I have to say.
Yep, and you guys will meet him hopefully by the end of this session. Otherwise, I apologize, Biggin. You're gonna be 2 sessions before you get to do anything.
I'm just gonna mute myself.
Reason, fair enough. So you guys made your way through Zamorvan Hall using Xander's contacts with the quartermaster. Millie Bays was able to make a deal with him on purchasing on the quartermaster purchasing equipment from Millie Bays to fund their wartime efforts. From there, Xanderl was looking for the perpetrator of his father's illness. He thinks it's strongly the outside advisor. It's a old dwarven man who's seemed to be fairly hobbled, but he has a retinue of dwarven and outside adventurers that kind of surround him, along with 2 guards and 2 spellcasters from the mage tower and the guards from the militia and the military as a whole. Not seeing anything that tied this outside advisor to his father's illness, he goes to the last person of well known who interacted with his father, which is the King of Zamorvan Hall. Using his contacts with the quartermaster, he gained an audience in the audience chambers. So for the 3 of you guys that are here, along with Oxy, you guys have entered into a large, as you guys all know, dwarves overcompensate for things, and they have built large halls for themselves. You're standing upon a rug laden with gold and dark blue silk, and the silk was magic of nature to retain its sheen and never be dirtied. Millie, you just know that by looking at it. You're like, holy fuck, that's insane. Just the amount of money and magic that went into making a rug. Lando, you know as well, of course.
Nice.
I was just giving it to Millie off his passive Arcana sense. But yeah, feel free to roll for it too. It is a massive hall. You see many skins kind of on the ground. They're all preserved to a pristine condition. They all seem to also have magic attached to them that keep them from becoming dirty. Maybe opulence is a good term for what's happening here. Maybe just them flaunting their wealth. You're not quite sure. Flaunting the room as well are 6 large braziers that are unlit. Your guess as to why there are 6 of them is maybe ceremonial, or just maybe that's just how much light they need to fill the space when it's dark outside. Fortunately for you guys, it is midday. Sun is shining outside very brightly. This is an open audience room that you guys can kind of see around. 4 big columns hold up the entire space. It's about 40 feet tall. Like I said, it's absolutely massive, with 2 wonderfully resplendent fountains that are shooting water out. Not necessarily magically, but some kind of pump system is pushing water out, causing a fountain that flanks the right and left of the throne. And right to the right and left of the throne are 2 massive anvils. They seem possibly ceremonious, less so than actually functional, as they come up to Millie and Lando's nose in terms of height. as the dwarven crew here. And then for Xanril, you're a little bit taller than him, so it does come to your chest height, roughly, for where the anvils are. Atop the throne sits a king, which, as we rolled at the very end of last session, Lando and Xanril both recognize as somebody who looks very closely like Lando. Not quite sure who he is to him, but you're not. That is what it is. This is Lando. If he was well kempt, had a fairly well trimmed beard, still a very massive beard though. Plenty of money and armor, and actually wore clothes. This is what you guys would imagine a noble Lando would look like. And then to the right and left of the king, hey,
I'm pretty fucking noble.
I don't disagree, just in terms of the way that you dressed, not as much. And then to the right and left, right and left of the king, there are also 3 of the dwarven guards. They're just standard guards, nothing too crazy, as well as 2 mages from the mage tower that are just part of the room. They're kind of there just to see how things are. You guys still have all your weapons and stuff like that. They didn't disarm you because you came with the quartermaster, and the quartermaster vouched for you guys, so you don't have to give away any of your weapons. And we start off with Lando saying, "Father?" Take it away.
Hello.
Yes.
We look sort of familiar, I guess. It's odd.
What is your name, young one?
Why does he talk like that? It's a DM question.
Oh, that's just his voice. Then, like, he talks slow. You don't know why.
Right. That's confusing.
Yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason for why he's talking slow. Everybody else in the town seems to talk normally. He's just talking slow.
He's just got a southern drawl. Not really.
Maybe.
Just
maybe I'll find it. Maybe I'll find it.
All right. Yeah. See if you can come up with something. Okay. My name's Lando. I don't know why am I talking? Why wouldn't Xanril be talking? He's up front. That makes way more sense.
Well, Lando, you're the one that said father, and I think I found the voice.
There we go. That's much worse.
I don't believe that I am your father, as you seem to be almost the same age as me.
Do you have a brother?
He sits there and thinks.
I thought I was supposed to be young. Like this guy's old.
Did I say he's old? I said an older version of you.
Right, that's old.
No, older version could be like 5 or 10 years. It's just you in the future. Sorry, maybe I didn't describe that. He's like, he doesn't look that much older than Lando. He's like, 5 or 10 years older than Lando. Not your father, but that's just what came out of your mouth because you're so used to looking for your father.
Right. Yeah, I have daddy issues. That's what it is.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I don't have a brother, but I did have an aunt once. She's long gone. But she did not have children that I'm aware of.
What if she had children that you're not aware of?
Huh.
Okay, well, that's cool.
We can test your blood in the mage tower.
You're not my dad. That's all right. We'll get over it. I'll get over it. It's not a big deal.
But you could be my cousin.
That's kind of sus.
Anyways, now that we're done with that, Xanril, I've been told you were seeking an audience with me from the quartermaster.
Yes. Great to see you. Or it's an honor to see you. Just had a couple of questions to ask.
Of course. We at Zamorvan Hall are big fans of Hexlux products.
It's kind of business related. I was curious what your relationship with my father is, essentially.
Fairly good, fairly good. Millie, are you just kind of chilling and like waiting around, or are you looking for anything, or just hanging out?
I'm trying to figure out if these guys are in fact related, and I'm gonna tell Lando, you look way younger than him.
Yeah, so you guys are whispering about that in the back, and he says, Yes, I believe I did meet your father a couple of weeks ago now, perhaps. I saw him in the Mage Tower. He was doing his normal blood testing for your younger brother, I believe.
I believe so. Yep.
Why? Has something happened to him?
Uh, that's what we're trying to figure out. Well, do you know anyone, perchance, or in town that knows of anything of ancient magic or some sort?
Hmm. Well, there are those in the Mage Tower who covet that knowledge. I, for one, care not for that. I focus more on my military prowess.
Hmm, I see. Um. Hmm. Do you have any or uh, what am I supposed to say? Let me think. Do you care for any like magical items or sorts?
In what sense do you mean by that?
Like ancient artifacts?
I mean, I have those in spades here in the kingdom.
Hmm. Well,
With that last thing that he says, you guys can just tell with your base wisdom and like insight that he's lying about having a plethora of magical items and stuff.
oh, gotcha. Understood. He's lying.
He's lying about that. Thus far, everything else has seemed above board.
Hmm. Okay. If it's anyone who's dabbling in ancient magic, who would you suspect?
Hmm. You see him kind of like take a long like pause. He like strokes his beard, and like I said, it goes down to like his mid chest area. So it's like he's like really going down on it, right from his like his
Mm-hmm.
chin all the way down to his mid chest. He says, I suppose the deputy mage tower leader is very invested in those books, but the mage tower head himself seems to ah he seems to know things already, so he doesn't spend as much time there.
Just wait, who is the deputy?
His name is Calandril.
Calandril. Okay.
And then you see him kind of
Uh,
look at the other mages in the room to like confirm that he said that name correctly. They're like, yeah, you're good. Like thumbs up in the room and stuff like that.
okay. Calandril.
And is this Calandril someone that has worked closely with Xanral's father?
I'm sure he's met him once or twice, just by chance in the mage tower, as it were. But I honestly, Zanril's father mostly spent time with the Mage Tower leader himself. He did not see a purpose in studying the ancient arts of old magic, as he just was checking to see if he had magic himself and what general general magical things could he do with his limited knowledge that he could then hopefully possibly teach his son.
I see. Hmm. Do you know anyone who would have any ill intent towards Hexlock?
You see him stroking his beard again. Well, you are one of the major sources of trade for Zamorvan Hall. I'm sure there are merchants in Mithril Hall and perhaps even all the way out to Mirabar that are jealous of our relationship, our long-standing relationship. And as he says that, he like puts his arms to like both sides and kind of like motioning to the statues behind him, which you guys have noticed but didn't really take a closely look at. It looks like they are statues of the two previous kings. And he's like, as you are, I'm sure, well aware, my father was very close with yours, Xanro, and your father being of elvish blood, he outlived him. But that's where Hexluck begins, truly.
Okay, I see. Damn, this is so hard.
Hey, Millie Bays.
I was about to ask, does he seem like the kind to enact like family revenge or something like that? Like he doesn't seem very vindictive, but he does seem to know a lot about his like people and his mages. So I'm like, is he just into the drama and he like knows something?
Into the
And
drama.
he just yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight for me.
No.
So with your 3, you feel like he's just pretty like in tune with the town. And like you would know this, Xander, from like, you know, talking with your father and stuff, and even the quartermaster. This king is like out and about. He does not just sit in his like throne room. He's like out and about in the city. Like he's one of the few dwarven like clan heads or like kings that actually go out and like spend time with their citizens.
Okay, I see.
However, Millie and Lando, can you guys roll Arcana for me? I guess you too, Xander, because you would kind of be looking for this also.
No, that's not great.
That's not right. All right, so Millie and Xanderl, you guys feel traces.
2? Come on.
Yeah, you guys feel traces of the caster that cast the set of atrocities on your father to be somewhere nearby to you, whether it's in this room or outside. And if you, as you guys turn around and see outside, the mage tower is behind you, probably like 50 to 100 feet away. So you just sense that magic that you guys kind of spent a good couple of days like researching on your father's body and like what caused his issues to be like in the air around here somewhere. You can't quite pinpoint where though, where it's coming from, where it originates from.
The good old detect magic would be nice.
What's that you say? A spell that I might have? A spell I do have?
But who needs Biggin when you got Millie Bays? You know what I mean?
Millie Biggin.
With Biggin will be unstoppable.
Truly, you guys will actually have a healer, and he also does other magic shit that's really awesome. I downplay Biggin, everyone. You all know that Biggin does a good amount of shit when he's not fucking up his rolls.
Except for actual damage. That's
not his niche, man. That's your niche.
That's true. That's true. I know.
And without a tank, you might be doing less of that because you might be going down faster with like your healing.
Emotional damage. Yeah, that's a good one.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess Millie Bay's with that sort of nefarious energy around us. I'll mutter a little detect magic under my breath.
Is it verbal? Is it somatic and material also, or just verbal?
Verbal somatic.
So somatic requires some hand gestures and movement. So the only way I could see you doing this is if you roll above a 18 on sleight of hand.
Okay.
To like,
What if?
because there are 4 like straight up magic people from the magic tower like around you guys, sort of thing, right? So you have to be like very like, yeah. You can
Alright, how
obviously
about
do this outside, away from this place too. You don't have to do it in this throne room or like audience room.
True, but Millie Bays is going to take a little risk here, and he's going to what if he makes Oxy like shut down, like fake shut down a little bit, and he like goes inside him to like, quote unquote fix whatever is happening, to like hide what he's
Wait,
doing.
Why are you going inside of him?
Okay, no, wait, I like this.
So I can secretly cast a spell.
I like the concept, but I will say, if Oxy shuts down just based on like, you notice that like all the mages in the room are like looking at Oxy like, what the fuck is that? Because they've never seen it before. So like they might be interested, is what I'll say, just with your base perception skill, that they will be like intrigued on what you're doing. So like, you still have to roll a sleight of hand. The DC lowers significantly to like 12.
Okay, all right,
from 18
perfect.
if you're doing that, because you can say like, yeah, like I'm casting magic to cure Oxy, right? Like, and
I'll play it off then. I'll play it off.
Yeah.
I'll go for it. So
Cool.
Oxy goes, excuse me, my lords, my liege, and I'll like open up the hood
all
and
4 of the
put my
magic
head
people are like,
inside.
ooh, what the, they're all like, they all want to leave the position they're in right now. Holy fuck, yeah, they all want to leave the position there, but they're so like regimented that they stay there, but you just see them craning their necks around, and you see the guards, they're like kind of looking down between their head helms, but they can't really see well with the head helms. Like, these guards are not built for perception based, they are just built to pull out sword or spear or halberd and smack thing in front of them. Like, they are not here for perception. The king is looking at you kind of interestingly though while you're doing this, as you're like working on Millie Bays, or you're working on Oxy as Millie Bays, and so you cast Detect Magic. So go ahead and post that spell for me. Okay. So within 30 feet. Let's do a quick little 30 feet here. Ooh, those guys are outside of your range. King is not though. Oh, these guys are actually in your range. Okay. So you see magic around the king and the 2 spellcasters, as well as Zanril, of course. He's right next to you, and you know that he has magic. Zanril and Lando. Lando has magical items on him that are glowy. Zanril's entire being is glowy because he's got magical items and he's magical with his spells casting stuff. The king, for lack of a better term, you're not sure if it's the items or him or all of the above, but he is magical. Very magical. Much more powerful than these 2 little mage boys over here that you sense. These guys are small fries in comparison.
But there's no sort of like stronger, like bad magic.
So like I said, he is the strongest magic in the room.
Right, but is any part of that like similar to the magical scent of what was on Daniel's father? It is?
Yes.
Okay. F.
F's in the chat indeed.
All right, Millie will do a little Milo from Atlantis and whack a few pipes, and then Oxy will start back up with a big puttering and a puff of smoke.
And he kind of like headbutts you. He's like, "What the fuck, man?"
I'll just give a thumbs up.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so you have that information. Yeah, you're 22. You're able to kind of whisper it, like, and it's kind of like muttering under your breath, which most people here would just assume that's you, like, God damn it, Oxy, like that kind of thing. But it's actually you doing Detect Magic. Sick. So yeah, the king is kind of like looking at you now, Millie, kind of bemused. What is that floating? Looks at it. Is it a ram? What kind of creature is this?
Oh, well, you see, it is a brand new piece of technology to hopefully one day replace, and hear me out here, horses.
You see his eyes kind of narrow. How?
Oh, well, you see, it's a very stable quadrupedal mechanism by which it follows commands and requires, get this, no hay. And he's going to give and it's very stable, and he's going to give Oxy like a big push, and he's going to do the like Boston Dynamics, like stumble and recover.
Yeah. And he's like, But how powerful is it? Is it strong? Can it carry many things? I did see it seem to break or something, and then you did something with your. I don't know what you did, honestly, but it stopped floating and then it began to float again. Will that be a common issue that you see happening?
Oh, of course not. This is merely a prototype, my lord. Please, if you could ask your guards to climb atop him, and he's gonna present Oxy. Oxy's gonna lower and kind of like beckon them onto himself, I guess.
Yeah, the king kind of is bemused, and he's like, go for it. And he kind of motions for the two guards. So these two guards here try to hop on Oxy at the same time. So what happens?
Mm-hmm.
You tell me.
Well, Oxy's very strong, but Oxy is also, how do I put this? Already carrying like a dozen heavy crossbows.
Yep.
So he's gonna have some like wiggly legs for a little while, but I think he should be able to have the strength to carry these guys, or just to stay in the same place.
Yeah. So as like the king and everybody sees kind of Oxy's legs kind of wobbling, he's like, two full dwarven soldiers and he's wobbly. Well, that would probably be fine for a dwarven soldier and his weaponry and stuff. So, I shall maybe request that you speak with our mage tower master and see what arcane knowledge you can work with him to create more of these mechanisms. I quite like it. As you see a big smile kind of cross his face.
Miller's gonna give a big thumbs up to Zanril.
Nailed it.
Back to him. Not knowing what he's done, giving me a thumbs up for, but he's just playing along.
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you for your audience. I guess we would head back now.
But of course, he kind of waves you off, and yeah, you guys are free to leave. And we'll go back to the world map. I didn't build a map for the entire town. That was going to be way too much work, and I have been busy. Remember, you guys are this is Morven Hall. It's right here. You guys head out, and you guys leave the throne, the audience room. So the throne room, just the audience room. There was still that massive throne there. Opulence. Who knows why that's there too? But yeah, you guys are about 50 feet away from the audience chambers area, and like 50, like in between the audience chambers and the mage tower at this point.
So,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask what you found out.
Well, first Millie's gonna say, Lando, is it possible that you could be his father?
He's older than I am.
That would put a wrench in things, huh?
That would complicate things just a little, right? Like a little bit, tiny bit.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think you'd want an evil father or son.
Right. I'm evil enough, man. I don't. Yeah. Why am I evil? Come on.
Oh no.
I did a bunch of really good things in the last couple of months. A lot of killing, but really good things.
Of course. I just mean more so that I don't know. I got a weird sense that the magic that
guy.
Well, specifically for Zanril's father, yeah, it seemed like there was a weird energy. So I pulled a little trick and detected that the king might be the source of Xanral's father's curse.
Is that a DM? Is that confirmed?
That is what Millie Bays believes he saw.
Okay.
I mean,
how long? Oh, never mind.
I've still got the spell running if we want to check out the mage tower and see if maybe the source over there is stronger. It could just mean that the king knows something that he's not willing to say.
It could be, yeah. It could be a caster who casted that magic on the king as well, for like insurance purposes.
Decoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you guys kind of continue your way to the mage tower, Millie, you sense the same magic kind of go up the tower, but it does seem significantly fainter at the mage tower as you guys approach it, comparative to the audience chambers where it was a strong musk in your senses that was surrounding that king.
Interesting.
It was the musk of death. Sorry, I didn't describe that very well.
Like he was just at a funeral, or like what?
Like that king, one, looked like he'd seen many battles in his time, and two, just like he like oozes death. It feels like he has killed many and will probably kill many more in the future.
I get that.
Not unlike Xanro,
really.
or not unlike Lando here, honestly. And I guess Xanro too. Xanro does also kill a shit ton of people too.
Yeah, but my companions aren't bad guys. That would be impossible.
Yeah, morality's a spectrum. Don't worry about it. You're somewhere in the spectrum there. So yeah, I'm just saying like that same kind of like death and like Xanro's father's like eventual demise is like what you're sensing from the king, along with other bad shit as well.
Okay, well, I'll keep my eyes peeled for, I guess, specifically the curse on Xanral's father if we happen to see it in the next 10 minutes.
I guess that's what I'm saying, right? Like the king has that aura around him that he was the one who cast it, but there's other things in him as well. It's not just that one thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So do you guys want to head into the mage tower at all?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. You guys head in. Mage Tower is about the same height as the audience hall, so about 40 feet tall. But there are multiple levels. You would guess about 10 floors worth. As you guys kind of make your way in, you're stopped at the front by some guards. There's a halt. Who are you and what are you here for?
Name's Xanro. I'm from Hexluck. We just came here to, I guess, I came here to test my blood for magical purposes, I guess, for the sake of my younger brother.
So did I.
Potential.
Got it. So got it. Okay, so you're testing your blood also. Sweet, we can get that done. Your father's already paid us a ton of money, so don't worry about that. And then his eyes kind of narrow, Lando. You want your blood tested for magic? For
Yes.
your younger brother?
No, for me and that old guy that I just met in there.
What?
Him.
And they kind of like look around and then like, did you guys just come from the audience hall?
Yes.
Yeah.
He told me to test my blood. This is from the
He's
king.
like, oh, the king. Okay, yeah. Please come on. Lando, I need you to roll deception for me.
But I'm telling the truth.
When did the king ever tell you to test your blood for magic?
He said we can test your blood.
Not for magic. That was to see if you guys were related.
Same thing. Deception check. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. They're just like, okay, yeah, of course, that makes sense. They kind of do like a quick up down, like, You do kind of look like him. I guess
Right.
Yeah, okay. And then they look at you, Millie, with your automaton that is floating. Can what what are you all about, sir? I don't understand what the hell's happening around you.
Well, you see, it's brand new for just 4 payments of getting me and my friends in. It's hard to explain. I'm sure that someone of a higher magical understanding would understand more.
Okay, so you guys are here to see the mage tower head. That was happening.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Sure.
you hear them kind of speaking to a stone on their shoulder, and they say, "We got 3 customers here to see the head of the mage tower." Then you kind of see him wait for a bit. He's like, "One second, one second." And then you hear a crackling, and it says, "Confirmed for 3. The king mentioned to us that they were sending probably 3 to us, so we are prepared." And then it crackles out. He's like, "Well, King vouches for you guys. You guys are good to go." And he kind of lets you guys in. And you guys make your way into a dais, which once all 3 of you guys are settled onto it, it immediately shoots upwards. Not super quickly, but somewhat quickly. And it goes all the way to the top floor.
Interesting.
That's fast.
It takes about 20, 30 seconds to go up 40 feet. So not super duper fast, but fairly fast. Considering most of you haven't flown yet, aside from the 2 people that's not Zanril here.
I've flown. I don't like
Um,
heights.
Fair enough. And yeah, as you guys step out, it is a magical emporium, for lack of a better term. You see vials and glassware kind of scattered all throughout this circular tower. You see about 5 different dwarves and other races kind of scattered around the entire floor. All of them looking at different blood samples. Some of them reading books. Some of them having heated debates about whether elves are more magically gifted than dragons, and who came first, the dragon or the egg. And then also you see a wizened old dwarf who is surrounded by books all around him. He's sitting there kind of reading a bunch of these tomes, and you see a younger dwarf kind of standing next to him, kind of looking at a vial of blood and kind of shaking it and mixing it with a variety of different ingredients around him at a table. And as soon as the dais stops at the top and you guys kind of step off, the dais goes back down to the ground floor. And the younger looking dwarf that has the blood in his hand with the vial and kind of mixing it up says, "Ah, yes, you must be Zanril." And he looks around and he's like, "And you must be Lando. And I didn't get your name, but you have the floating ox thingy that the king mentioned."
Wait, the thing's floating?
Yeah, right.
It actually isn't. It has 4 legs.
Oh, I thought it
I
floats
thought
a
I
little
just
bit for
walked
some
around.
reason.
No, it has 4 very skinny legs.
Got it. He's like, and that ox thingy that he's kind of, you guys see he like kind of cocks his head. Don't know how the legs support the body, but it's walking. Yeah.
Yeah,
My name is
curious.
Alcazar. Nice to meet you. Kind of sticks his hand out.
Oh, I go out to reach out for his hand.
His hand is covered in chemicals and like random bits and bobs of like different materials. So shake it with
Never
your
mind then.
So he sticks his
That's
hand
fine
out.
then.
You like start to, and then you look at his hand, and you like kind of put your arm down. He's like, "Oh, sorry." You see him snap his fingers, and both of his hands become clean, as if like magically cleaned. They were cleaned. He sticks his hand out again. "Alcazar, nice to meet you."
To meet you, Alcazar.
Yeah, he shakes your hand, and he says, "Yeah. So what can I do for you? I heard you're looking to test your blood. Your dad was here. What was it? 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? Something like that. How's he doing?
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a while."
Something interesting happened to him. Something of some sort of ancient magic or something. We're trying to figure that out on our end.
Huh? Is he okay?
Nope. Well, kind of.
Hmm.
He's fine.
You see him kind of like snap, Caladriel, and then you see the old wizard kind of look up, or old dwarf look up. Yes. Who called for me? Who called for me? And you see Alcazar kind of walking in. He's like, we got a guy here looking for some books on ancient curses and ancient magic. You got some time to help him? He's from Hexluck. He's then you see him whisper something that you guys can't hear into his ear, and then the old wizard, the old dwarven wizard dude's like, I see. Yes. Come this way. And he kind of motions you over to his massive, sprawling like library, which there are no counters or shelves or anything. They're just books all scattered on the floor, stacked about 5 feet high, just all around him.
Books.
Yeah, so while Xanrel's doing that, Millie Bays and Lando, you guys are hanging out with Alcazar. He's like, yes, okay, so got him sorted out. He'll probably be there for like 8 or 9 hours. It really depends on when Caladriel lets him leave. What are you guys? What can I help you guys with, huh? What can I do, huh?
I just imagine Lando slowly pulling out his weapon. Anyway, no, Millie's kind of confused. He just says, "Can I interest you in some magical weaponry?" And he opens up Oxy and displays one of his magical crossbows.
You see him, Alcazar, kind of look at it closely. He takes out like an eyeglass, and it's like there's like 7 different layers within the eyeglass. You see him kind of pull down 3, and he looks at it a little bit closer. He's like, "It's not very strong, is it?"
Oh, it's very strong. And
I don't believe you.
Hold on. Before you keep going, this is not the people that you give them the fake ones. You give them the real ones. Just saying.
Yeah.
Side note, don't fuck with these guys, because that's how we lose.
Millie will take a closer look at the crossbow he just showed him. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is a display one," and he pulls out his.
You see Alcazar just kind of shake. Display. What the fuck does that mean? Continue though. You just see him. He's just like talking to himself.
Yeah, so I show him my infused crossbow.
He's like, ooh, quite interesting. And you see all 7 go down now from his eyeglass thing. He's like inspecting it, looking through it. He's like, unique way of magifying your crossbow up, eh?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit more clever to create modules that I can use to interchange and modify as needed for the situation. And he's going to get a little nerdy about it. He's going to go into the specifications about how each module connects to one another and yada 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 blah blah blah.
Lando, you feel your eyes glazing over as this is happening.
I'm passed the fuck out.
And after like 30 minutes of them just going back and forth over it, he's like, very nice. Yes, you. And he points to you, Lando, like you're like kind of woken up by that. What can I do for you? You're looking to get your blood tested for...
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. And he takes you to a little like chamber that's on the far side of the room, so like opposite of where you guys are at now. And it is a massive glass chamber with magical scripts kind of detailing the backside of it, which is fully metal. And he's like, yeah, go ahead and he looks at you, he's like, I guess take off. No, you're already in your underwear. You're fine. Just like take off your items and stuff and just hop in.
Take off my items.
Yeah, like your weapons and your other magical items. You gotta take that off and then you can step in.
That's alarming.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just
I'll do
it's gonna okay. Yeah, so you do that and you step inside it. And he's like, all right. He closes the glass hatch on you. Lando, you feel air kind of coming in from the top. And you see from the outside, Millie, the top part of the this little like this contraption that Lando has found himself in is starting to glow. And as you read it, it says like fresh air essentially. And it seems to be like glowing as he like sits inside there. And so Lando, you feel like this air kind of like rolling through your body right now. Feels nice, feels comforting. And then the next set of script rolls off and it says extraction. And Lando, you feel 4 little like not daggers, but like little like needles stick you in the butt.
Why? Okay.
And you
Ow.
feel, and you hear, yeah, what? Hold still. It's just gonna be a second. And you hear like extracting. You feel it kind of like doing some suction back there as it's like pulling blood from you. And then the next line below it says closure, and you feel Lando. The needles get plucked out, and then you feel a wave of healing magic on your butt, and it heals it right up.
Okay.
The holes aren't there anymore. And then the last line right above his head, almost as if it was made for a dwarf, Millie, it says complete. And then the hatch opens up, and you're able to step out now, Lando.
Interesting.
And then you see you see Alcazar having like gone around to the back, and he's like pulling out the 4 vials of blood out. He's like, all right, so what are we testing this for exactly? You're testing to see if you got magic. I can do that with one of these vials. What would you like to test with the other 3?
I guess, I mean, this is a DM question, but is it can I be like, can you see if I'm related to the king?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'm gonna do that one too then.
He's like, oh, you're checking your lineage.
Yeah, I
Fortunately
just
for
want to
you.
see how I do. I don't know who my dad is. My mom died, a long time ago. It's been a minute. I haven't connected with my dwarven brethren in a while.
Reasonable. Fortunately for you, we do have plenty of the king's blood, as many a woman has claimed to have borne his child. So we use we do this blood test method to make sure it's actually not his.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here too. I'm seeing if he has a kid. And sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it.
So he takes the second vial. He's like, all right, we got 2 left. What else do you want to do with this?
What else can I do?
Ooh, he asks the real questions here, doesn't this guy, eh, Millie?
Well, he didn't ask why it didn't give him a beer after, but
I can do that with the other 1 vial of his blood.
what?
Why it would give me a beer?
I can make
Like a
beer
blood-
out
like a
of your
blood-
blood.
A blood beer?
Yeah. I've been
That's kinda
told
cool.
that it's really tasty and will get you drunk real quick because it's made with the enzymes in your blood as a dwarf. And it bypasses your poison resistance to allow you to get drunk even faster.
Interesting.
Thoughts?
I could do that with 1,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I
He's
gotta
like-
do something real special with the last one.
He's like, How about this? I can make you a compass that will point you in the direction of the thing you desire the most.
Interesting. Okay.
But it will
does-
cost you
Cost me what?
500 gold pieces for the materials.
Mm,
If you're looking for something cheaper, I can make you a one-time use disguise
Nah.
kit with your blood.
Fuck it. YOLO. I'll do
YOLO.
it.
Does it? Fuck it. Yeah. Let's go. So yeah, you hand over 500 gold pieces. He's like,
Thanks,
excellent.
thanks, Snail.
Excellent. You see him pocket. He's like, this will be done in a week. If you'd like, I can have it magically delivered to Hexluck, if that's easy for you.
That would work.
Excellent.
By the way, I mean, if I do talk to the king, and I'm going to tell him I paid you, just so I make sure I get my shit, by the way. So I'm going to be reporting, making sure this goes well.
Of course, of course. I will have the results for your blood work done by tomorrow to see if you're related to the king. Secondly, I will have the beer done in about 6 hours. 6 hours? Yeah, that sounds right. 6 hours. And your last blood sample. Hmm. 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 Yeah, that should be good. You kind of see him kind of shake his hands together.
Huh? Is he, can I do can I do like a perception check on this guy? I just
Yeah.
want to see if he's trustworthy or not.
Sure. He seems above board. He seems to have forgotten the first thing you wanted him to do.
Wasn't that for me to check my blood against the king?
Sorry, then the second thing.
I guess I don't know if I really gave him a second thing.
I don't think you did either. So that's why
Or
he's like
a first thing. A first thing.
Yeah,
So I only gave him 3 things, and I had 4.
yeah. So what's your fourth?
Well, he didn't really tell me what else I could do. I guess he kind of did. I mean,
He's
it
like, we
might
can
just be
also
the
test your
way-
blood for magic to see if you can be magic.
Well, nah, I already know the answer to that one. The answer is yes, because I'm fucking awesome.
You hear him
Ooh,
laugh.
what happens? Okay, so what happens if I take a vial of my blood and I give it to Frank the Clay Dog?
Ooh. And you see Frank the Clay Dog kind of like wagging his tail. He's like, you want me to imbue some of your powers into your dog familiar, huh?
Yes.
I can definitely do that. How about this? Depending on whether your blood tells you you're related to the king, I may or may not charge you for that.
Okay.
And if you are related to the king, I'll just charge him.
Perfect.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, okay. If you leave Frank the Clay Dog with me, I can have him done by tomorrow morning. The beer
Okay.
I will have done in about 6 hours. Your blood test for the king, I can probably have that done in an hour. And your magical compass, I will get that sent over to you, Silver Moon, at the end of the week.
Okay.
Big smile on
Perfect.
his face. He's excited. He's like, just so you know, I've never made this compass before. I'm very excited. And off he goes to do his lab work. We'll go back to Xandro. Xandro, you are deep in the tomes of the library that doesn't exist, but just the stacks of books kind of all around Calandro. And you are not getting very far in the past hour that you've been working with him. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of information here about what the curses, because you know the curses that you guys were expunging from your father, and you're finding, 1 or 2 pieces of information here and there, but most of it seems to be mysterious and not written down anywhere here that you can tell.
Okay. This was a waste of time.
You're only been there for an hour. You got 7 more hours before before Lando's last thing is done.
Okay. I guess I'll search again.
Okay, Millie, Lando, do you help him out?
Say that again. What am I doing?
You wanna help him find magical secrets?
In the tower?
Yeah, in like the tome stack that he's living in.
Sure. Is this an investigation?
Yeah, it will be. I was gonna let you guys decide who wants to roll investigation. You look at it with advantage.
Investigate this.
It probably shouldn't be me, but
Should be Millie Bays or something.
I
I've
could
got a
try.
+6.
I have a -1.
Me too.
Which is perhaps why Xano hasn't come up with anything in the past hour. So yeah,
Sure,
go ahead and roll
sure.
with the roll advantage. 23, yeah, sick. So after about 4 hours,
Damn it.
unlucky. After about 4 hours, Millie, you're able to, with like Calandrin's help, figure things out a little bit, but it still only covers about half of the symptoms that Xano's father developed. but there is some knowledge here with regards to that. So somebody could have learned how to do some of it, but it doesn't quite explain everything. There's still some missing and like hidden knowledge not shown here. And during that time, Lando got trailed off because his beer was made. And Lando, you have a massive keg worth of beer.
Well, I wasn't planning on drinking it yet.
I didn't say you were drinking it, so you got distracted when he rolled it out.
Right.
And he's just like,
Oh.
Lando. This is the most beer I've ever gotten from a vial of blood. I don't know what your blood is, but holy
My
fuck.
blood is made of beer.
I guess so, man. Enjoy.
Other beer.
Enjoy. And he kind of brings it over to you and like kind of sets it down next to you. He's like, I have almost finished running your blood with the king, and I do think you are related so far. We're almost done figuring out if you're closely related or not. But there's something interesting about your blood that I'm still sorting out right now.
It's probably the dude that's in there. Or the demon that I touched. And actually, or all the magical weapons that I touched that kept talking to me and they kept wanting to kill me, but then they didn't. I killed them. Fuckers.
You gotta see Alcazar like doing some math in his head, like with all the things you're saying. It's like, maybe that's what the impurity is? I don't know. Huh. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going through and I'll let you know shortly if you're related to the king. And by this point, Millie has like kind of discovered all that information with Xanro. And you guys are kind of there with Caladrin. He's like, I've never seen these kinds of things before. I didn't even know they existed in these books, honestly.
How big, how heavy is a blood keg?
30 pounds?
Fuck, okay.
It's a big boy keg. This is a dwarven keg. This isn't a regular boy keg.
Yeah.
This guy's been here for like the longest time, and the fact that he doesn't know about it is just like kind of suspicious.
Perhaps there's a reason why he's the deputy and not the actual tower master. Maybe he's not the smartest needle in the haystack, you know what I mean?
That's true. I see.
Who knows, right? There could be a plethora of reasons. All you know is that this dude is super old and he's still not the head of the tower. So there's obviously something that happened.
Okay. So most likely, I guess out of all the suspects and all the potentially now, it's probably the king.
Do you say this in the mage tower in front of everybody?
In my head.
Got it. Okay, you're thinking this. Cool. I just wanted to make sure you're not like proclaiming that in the tower.
Obviously not. Or it could be like the outside advisor, you know, casting shit. We haven't detect magic to him either, so.
You've not?
The fact that we're able to find magical remnants in the castle and all of that, and not from like, you know, where the outside advisor like walked around.
Mm-hmm.
That's also kind of sus too.
Sure.
Okay. Are we done?
Yeah. You guys gonna head back to your inn, and then Lando, as you guys are heading out, the Alcazar says, I will deliver. I'll deliver him back to you guys in your inn. I know where you guys are staying. And he's kind of like patting Frank the Clay Dog.
Oh, man. Bye, Frank. I hope you find your dad. Fuck.
Comes back as Frank the Demon Dog.
Dude, he's already a demon.
Already a demon indeed. So yeah, you guys get back to the inn. Do you guys do anything? You guys strategize, talk about anything?
No, that whole time with my detect magic up in the tower, the king is still the strongest source.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, it faded as soon as you guys like got into the tower. In terms of, like there was no like residual power. Like it was like getting to the tower is where the magic was, and then it seemed to be like a trail to the king from there.
Gotcha.
So with, I guess, your like kind of thoughts on it, having spent some time researching the curses and stuff like that, it's possible it was cast in the mage tower. Like that's where the spell was cast on Xander's father. But, the person who casts it doesn't live in the mage tower, right? So it wouldn't make sense for that to be the highest concentration, but there would be faint remnants of it because of that's where the magic was cast. But it lives with the king because he's the caster of it, and he's the bearer of the ill will, in a sense.
Damn.
Which is tricky because you guys didn't feel any. You didn't feel any like agitation when you mentioned your father, or any animosity at all towards you or anybody in your like Hexlock or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you guys kind of chat. Okay, good.
Do you know of anything that your father might have done to anger the king himself?
Most likely it's not because my father, it's because of me. Because I've been on a killing spree in the past, and I don't know who, or I don't remember who I killed. So I must have killed someone related to the king. That could be a reason why.
Yeah, so as you guys are kind of like chatting, you hear like a bounding of feet, and Frank the clay dog appears in your inn, but he's very, very different. He is now looks like a hellhound.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Upgrade complete.
Well, upgrade 1. There could be more upgrades.
There will be more upgrades. I've been wanting to do this for years. Literally.
Well, somebody frickin' forgot the quest line for this.
Hey man, we've been doing other stuff. Come on.
It is what it is. So yeah, Frank Clay Dog now has the stat block of a hellhound. I will fix that before next session.
Does that mean I can like use him now as like I get an action?
Maybe. You haven't been very nice to Frank the Clay Dog. You haven't fed him. You haven't like pet him. You haven't done anything. So maybe he'll listen.
He's a clay dog. He comes with me on a journey. What more do I need to do?
You should have fucking thought about that before you wanted to upgrade him without treating him like the animal he deserved to be treated like. You didn't love him at his clay dog. Why do you deserve him at his hellhound? You know what I mean?
did love him at his clay dog. I brought him with me everywhere.
Did you bring him, or did he just happen to be next to you every moment of your life?
No, I brought him, and then when I forgot, I brought him out again, and he just appeared. That's how it works.
You might have to do some animal handling to get him fully under your control, as he is wily with his newfound abilities and power, I guess.
Okay.
You'll have advantage on it because you can beat his ass. I mean, listen, if that's what you got to do to train your dog, who am I to say that that's not animal abuse? Wait, I am the person that can say that. So yeah, no. So you can roll some animal handling either later today or like later this evening in the game, or you can do it tomorrow, whatever you want to do. But you have advantage on it. DC of 12 because you've been with him for so long. Yeah, you have it. So Frank the dog seems to obey you.
Wait, I didn't get it. I got a 3.
No, I said with advantage.
Oh fuck. Okay, cool.
Because of how long you've like literally been with Frank the Clay Dog, you have advantage on it.
Right.
So yeah, Frank the Clay Dog seems amicable to responding to your commands. So it will take a bonus action to ask him to fight or do something.
No, but I like using my bonus action to hit it with my backside.
Well, now you gotta figure out if Frank the Clay Dog is more important or your backside is more important.
That's true.
Damn.
And depending on how we'll use the Frank the Clay Dog, maybe he could get more powerful depending on the things you fight. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
We'll play that out as it goes. Yeah, cool. All right, so you guys have all of that information, and Lando, you receive a message in your head as you guys are kind of hanging out in your room. It says, Lando, this is Alcazar. I request your
Wait.
audience at the Mage Tower.
Why is he in my? How is he in my head?
He sent you a message. It's a spell.
But how? How does he have access to my head?
He got to know you for the 3 hours or 4 hours you guys were at the Mage Tower for. He literally sucked your blood out and did magical things with it.
That's true. That's true. That's true. All right, I'll go with it.
No. So he just requested you there. He's not there. He sent you that message in your head.
Okay, I'll go over there then.
Okay. Are you bringing Frank the Hellhound now with you?
No, he's still a clay dog.
Got it.
He'll always be a clay dog to me. You know, you remember them when they're puppies.
Cool.
But
Do you tell Xanaril or Millie Bays what's going on, or do you just get up and
no,
leave?
I'm just gonna leave.
Got it. Yeah. So you guys are in the middle of your guys' trying to figure out conversation, whether you need to kill the king, or if it was the king, or if it's a third party, a shadow puppet, who knows? And then you guys just see Lando get up and head out the door and walk out with Frank the Clay Dog bounding after him.
Mhm.
Do you know what happened?
I think it's the beginning of a brand new kind of friendship. It's so beautiful to see.
Ah, the dog. Yeah.
They must have
The
some good
clay
idea.
dog.
Yeah, wait a
I-
second.
What's Lando doing with a hellhound or some shit?
Like I said, it's still
is
Frank the
Frank.
Clay Dog. It's just bigger, and its jaw opens up, and there was fire around it. So
Well, that's the thing. I went down not knowing that. I went to the library not knowing that he put his blood in Frank the Clay Dog.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening technically.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it wasn't an actual hellhound. It was just Frank, but bigger, hellhound size. And then as it opened its mouth to pant heavily, you just saw flames coming out of it, and its eyes were red.
I'm just going to assume that they broke the clay dog and don't want to admit it, so they just got him a new one.
Yeah.
Super reasonable. Super reasonable. So what are your guys' game plan while Lando leaves? We'll get to Lando in just a second. Are you guys going to assassinate the king? Are you guys?
Yeah, I guess we're. I guess Millie's so. Are we going to commit regicide in an attempt to save your father, or I don't know. It seems like a pretty tall order for the three of us to attempt to take down someone in the royal family.
Well, it's not impossible, but yeah, that's true. Decisions.
Or perhaps we kidnap him and threaten him so that he tells us the truth about what he actually knows.
Nah, that's
Hold
the
on.
same thing.
I mean, we might be able to. I guess. Sorry, this is a side conversation, but I might be finding out some very interesting information that might help us out. Just saying.
Okay.
Sounds good. We'll just talk about who should we kill, the outside advisor or the king.
Porque no
I
los
really
dos.
think it's the outside advisor, but then Billy Mays would probably be like, oh, it's probably the king, because
Yeah.
Because he's got the bad juju, man. He's got the bad juju.
The bad juju. So Lando, you make your way over to the Mage Tower. They let you in. You head to the top, and Alcazar says, "All right, Lando, or should I call you Land Bro?"
What the fuck?
Because we're brothers.
Me and is this the king?
No, me and you.
I forgot who I'm talking to.
You're talking to Alcazar.
Wait, I'm brothers with this fucking guy?
Yeah. So fun, fun story about that. And you look at Alcazar a little bit closely now. He's probably 10 to 15 years older than you, Lando. Not a lot older than you. in dwarven terms because you live to like 250 or 300. He's like, yeah. So, I probably didn't say this. The king? Yeah, he's my cousin. And your cousin. And my mom abandoned me here. And
I know that one.
yeah. But we're brothers. That's cool. So I did a little testing on the king's blood with you. I was like, oh, he's cousins with him. And I was like, all right. I'm cousins with the king. So now I got to test my blood. That's why it took so long. Apologies. Running those tests.
Wait.
We're brothers,
So we're
man.
brothers. I just paid you 500 gold.
Yeah. For something I haven't done before. Should be cool. Thanks for funding that, bro.
You're not going to give me a brotherly discount? Come on, man.
Well, the brotherly discount was the 500 gold because it's just parts and pieces. It's not my time or sweat or blood. Literally, get it? Because, we're brothers. Get it? Blood. Your blood's going to be in the compass. Yeah? No? I guess we're half brothers technically because I don't know who my dad is. Don't think it's your dad.
Probably not. I don't know who he is either.
Well, shit, bro. I guess I didn't really explain this earlier, but I'm in charge of this place, I live large. You want to move in? Get to know each other a bit better?
Do I want to move in?
Yeah, you can live in Dwarven Hall with me, man. We're brothers.
I mean, I got other things I got to do, bro. I mean, like, we got to I'm on a journey here, I'm hoping to use that compass or whatever it is you're going to fucking give me to go, figure some shit out. I got people to save. Shit to do.
You just going to leave me hanging like this, bro? First
No,
time I meet you?
I didn't say that.
Then
But
how
right
am I
now
going
I
to
got
get to know
stuff
you?
to do.
How am I going to get to know you, though?
I can come back. Might be a while. You can come with us.
Nah, I gotta. Our cousin, his name is Nathaniel. He's the king, and he asked me to kind of be the head of the mage tower thing, so like, I could test his blood for. He's not a great person. Let's be honest here. He's not a bad king. He just
Has he done anything shady recently?
I mean, he just has a lot of sex.
Okay, that's bad.
And so I just gotta like make sure these women that he's having sex with aren't having his kids, sort of thing.
Okay.
Because then you
That's
have
sketchy.
because like he's not married and like it makes for like weird lineages to the throne. I don't know, man. It's tough. That's like why I'm here. Like I don't
That's
know.
the word. Wait, so you're just his fucking pimp, basically?
No, whoa. I do not
That's what you're
supply
saying?
him with women. It's just when these women come forward and say they're the king's children, I confirm or figure it out. And fortunately, he seems to be impotent. None of them have been his. Don't know how. He's had a lot of sex.
Maybe it's all the magic.
What are you talking about?
That dude's loaded up, man. What are you talking about?
Nah, man. Our cousin, he can't do
Yeah.
anything magical. That's why I'm in
Whoa.
charge here.
Plot
What the fuck
twist.
are you talking about?
The guy that we just talked to, he's loaded. Like to the teeth. Strong motherfucker. You got my homies that I showed up with shivering, and that is.
Are you
pretty
sure
rare.
your homie wasn't wrong? Because that doesn't sound like Nathaniel, if I'm being honest.
When was the last time you saw him?
A couple days ago, man. He literally came into the tower, did his blood thing, left. Chilling.
Did he go and do anything between that time and now?
I mean, he's been doing stuff in the throne room, but that's really about it.
You know what he's been doing in the throne room?
King shit? I don't. Listen, man. I'm in charge of this magic tower. I don't really.
Hey, I'm telling you. I already talked to my dudes. He's loaded.
I'm just telling you, that's not Nathaniel, though, so maybe your dude's wrong. That's all I'm trying to say. Do you know this dude that well?
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
getting to know more.
Well, if you trust him, I mean, I'm just letting you know from
I
my
think
experience.
next time you go in there, check him out, see what happens.
Alright.
Just see what's up, because it's
Alright.
pretty suspect.
All right, we'll do. Well, it's good to meet you, bro. You want to spend the night
Good to
here,
meet
back
you
in my
too,
place?
bro.
I got a 6 spot, best part of town. Perks of being King's cousin. You want to come through? I can introduce you to some people.
I'll let you know.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm around. I'll be working here. You need something, you let me know. I will need to figure out who your father is, though, because that is a suspect. Because it's different than mine. I don't know how the
Suspect?
fuck that happened. That's weird.
What do you mean it's different? Of course it's different. We were all abandoned.
I mean, the king, Nathaniel, he wasn't abandoned. His parents took me in.
Well, did his parents know your parents?
Yeah. His dad and our mom were siblings.
And they
Last
didn't know
king?
who your father is?
Yeah, no, they said our mom left on a journey, came back with me, dropped me off, hung out for like 5 years, and then left again. And then they said she came and went, and then they'd never heard from her again. I guess you were
Cool.
born somewhere between then and her death, I guess?
Yes.
Well, I got a lot to think about now. See, I was all hyped and excited to meet you, and then didn't really provide the same energy I was hoping for from this conversation, which I understand.
Come on, man. What do you expect from me?
We're brothers. What do you mean? I've wanted a brother my whole life. Haven't you?
Well, I'm just going through a lot right now. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's fair. Listen, I'm just saying. We're brothers. I'll always be here. You need something, you let me know. I'm letting you know, brother to brother. Can't lie on this. On our mama, you know what I'm saying? Our cousin Nathaniel, not magical, bro. He's got magical items, but he's not magical himself. That's all I'm trying to say.
I would look again, homie.
Nah, we'll do.
Just saying. That's all I got.
I'll check him out when he's coming through tomorrow. We got a family event, which you're more than welcome to join. Yeah, he's not magical, man. Don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
And as the silence kind of like hits the entire room, you notice that all the other like mages in the tower are like looking at you guys having this conversation, and
My God.
and there's a lot of whispering now. He's like, "Well, Lando, I think it's time for you to head back to your friends, and if you want to come to the party tomorrow, let me know."
I will. Thank you, bro.
Yep, peace. And he sends you off down the dice. Back to Zanril and Millie Bays. You guys have been discussing how to kill the king, or if it was the king, or what's the game plan is on that.
I don't know. Maybe we stalk him, and then when he's all by himself, hit him on the neck.
Yeah. Reasonable.
I think that's a brilliant plan, but we haven't seen him by himself yet, so.
Yeah, and then that's when Lando pops in the room.
Hey, Lando,
Hello.
how'd the dog training go?
The dog training. I just met my brother, man. I'm not here to talk about dogs.
Oh,
Frank the clay dog just goes and whimpers in the corner.
Yeah, he's not great.
Trying to light the like inn on fire, but I'm like, no, don't do that. Not right now. That's later.
I didn't know he had a brother.
I didn't either. It's quite weird. We went through some things.
Who's your brother?
He was an odd guy. You know who would really like him? Biggin. Because Biggin is an odd guy. You haven't met Biggin yet, but you will, and you'll know. So maybe I could introduce him to Biggin's sister. Oh.
Hasn't she already taken or something?
No, I know. That'd be weird. It's just a joke.
Hey,
Just a joke.
so, what did you find out? Who's your brother?
The mage guy, whose name I
Oh.
already forgot.
Alcazar.
That guy.
Calandro?
Alcazar.
Never mind. Alcazar.
And I'm cousins with the king, apparently.
Oh.
And apparently, the king's got some magic, right? Like we saw him and he was loaded, like that was a thing. And I guess I'm reconfirming
Yeah, very loaded.
with like
That's
powers
really
or like
baseball.
stuff.
Detect magic would only let me know about stuff, I guess.
Any visible
GM,
creature
how
or
did-
object is what it says.
okay. So did my detect magic tell me if he was himself magic?
Yeah, he was magic. He caused the set of curses onto Xander's father, and he's got magical items.
Okay, yeah.
Both.
Yeah. So unless there was some way to like magically deceive me,
So
I'm pretty sure.
something weird. My brother, Alcazar. Alcazar. Man, it's too many A's and symbols. He was saying the king is, just dead flat me magic, like nothing, just a bag of rocks when it comes to that stuff. I think something's up. Something is afoot. There's a big panther loose, and we got to find that diamond. If you know what I mean.
I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made panthers in pink, but I do like diamonds, so I guess we should go for it.
If you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I think I can smell what you're stepping in.
Yeah. It's shit.
It's interesting that someone that is that magically attuned wouldn't be able to recognize something like that on the king.
I don't know if he knows. I guess that's what I just said. I have no idea. Something's up. Something's really
Maybe
weird.
they're a team kind of thing, and he's keeping a secret from you.
No, I didn't get that. I did a deception check, or I did an investigation. He seemed, like he was legit.
Okay. So it's the king for sure. Is that what we're agreeing on?
I think so. Something's
Okay.
up. I don't know if it's the king, but whoever's in the king, bad news bears.
Either way, let's say it's not the king, someone is bound to appear. So,
Right. How do we there's a party tomorrow. He'll be there. We can maybe see if we hit him with a little, do we have can we remove curse? Is that a thing? Does anybody have that?
I do have that.
I'm thinking
Nice.
that's
But I
I'm
only
thinking
have
that
for
might
emergencies for people who have lycanthropy, fortunately. But if it's emergency, yeah, I could cast that.
but it's not, he doesn't have lycanthropy or whatever.
Oh, okay. But it's emergency, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. This is the real me asking that question. That makes no sense. I don't get it.
So Xander's backstory with that is he got remove curse to remove the effect of lycanthropy because he's scared of becoming a werewolf.
Right. Okay.
So that's where his whole idea of what remove curse actually does. Truth is it does plenty of other things, but in Xander's mind, it's good for one thing and one thing only, which is removing lycanthropy.
Unless it's an emergency.
Then you can try it for something.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
only done it on that.
Well,
essentially.
I guess can I reach into my mind palace and talk to my brother again, or does that only work one way?
That only works one way when he reaches out to you. You do not have the message
Fuck. Okay.
spell.
Can I
He
just
said
like
just come
think
through.
about it really? Can I
did
just
just
think about
say-
it really hard?
Yeah, you
and
think about it
then
really hard.
See if
Yeah.
he'll respond to me.
No response, but you think about it really hard and really for like a really long time. It's
What would
so
that
hard
be?
that you
Would
like
that be like a?
you go to
Would
sleep.
that be like a insight check, maybe?
There's no check for this. You just you think so hard that you go to sleep.
What about? Well, I want to try nature, medicine. No,
None of those things.
persuasion.
You're trying to do magic when you have no magic, so there's nothing for you to do, your brother.
Well, I can try. I just want to.
Yeah, like I said, you try really hard for like 20 minutes and you fall asleep.
What if you deceive yourself into believing that you're in your mind palace?
That's what happens when he fell asleep. He was like, "Oh, I'm here," and then he went to sleep. Yeah, that's why he fell asleep. He deceived. He did so
I'm really
well.
good at deceiving,
Yeah,
even
he's-
if it's me who's being deceived.
Exactly. So he fell asleep. So yeah, so Lando
An
is snoring.
unstoppable force is meeting an immovable wall,
Exactly.
and we both win.
So
Or lose.
Lando's asleep after about 20 minutes, and you guys are feeling kind of tired. It's like getting late. Do you guys also decide to rest?
Yeah. A little bit later than everyone else, but yeah.
Cool.
Gotta figure out what spells will be good for a party. One
Yeah.
sec.
So
Yeah,
as you guys are,
but I go to sleep.
yeah, as you guys are drifting off to sleep, begin. It's your time to shine, brother. Are you ready?
Me?
Begin.
Oh.
He's asleep.
I guess I guess he fell asleep to our story. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Excellent. You find yourself waking up in a riverbed. The rushing water is slowly pulling on your legs. You are fully and thoroughly exhausted. Your body is, for lack of a better term, a mixture of burned and like when you sit in the bathtub for too long, your like skin gets all wrinkly.
You're burned and pruned.
Yes, you're burned and pruned, laying in this riverbed. As you're kind of coming to your senses and like waking up, the twins are gone. Your treehouse is gone. Your staff, where the treehouse is part of, is gone.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Am I awake yet?
Yeah, you're awake. This is what you're coming to realize as you're waking up in this riverbed.
Oh, my head. Yeah, what? Oh, for fuck's sake, where'd I park the tree? And I'm just like, I grab the earring and I'm like, Garfield. Anything?
Hello, Biggin. What can I do for you?
And I woke up in the middle of a riverbed after I thought I parked my ass in the tree with the twins. I'm burnt to shite. I'm old. And I'm
How
wet.
old?
10 years older than I was.
Ooh, that's fancy.
I proceed to just download the whole story to him and just tell him everything. But
so
I'm like,
this
most
would be a
importantly,
good
where's
time
the tree?
This would be a good time to tell the group also what
Yeah.
you did in your adventure.
Okay, so let me pull up the general notes again where I put everything. Or did I put it in stratagem stuff? Okay, so I went looking for the twins. I went looking for Furby. I really went looking for the twins. I spent first off, spent 2 weeks with Zanril looking for, trying to help find a cure. I stabilized Zanril's dad enough to, to where he could be left alone, but he wasn't getting any worse, he wasn't getting any better. Then I went looking for the twins, as you know, and that took about 3 weeks. Did that take 3 weeks or a week?
1 week.
1 week. I basically had to jump through a whole bunch of hoops to get there, and
You
I
also
ended
did 1
up.
week of studying with
Yeah, I had a week of study, and then I had with Garfield, then I had a week to go look for the twins, and I end up in this very fiery plane where Pan is like staring at the sky, and he's lifeless, non-responsive, and there's a cradle where the twins are, and I get bitten, and in the course of investigating, I get bitten by a fire snake, or a snake that ages me 10 years after I remove the snake. The twins have snakes on them. I remove the snakes from the twins, and through a bunch of shenanigans, they gained 18 years. Luckily, I had what's it called? What's it called? A forked metal rod tied to the material plane, and I managed to plane shift out of there. But the plane shift dropped me into Evermore Swamp, and immediately I had to fucking book it, flying out as a giant eagle with the twins, getting chased by shit. Not sure what it was, but I had to dodge it. And by the time I landed, planted the tree and told the guardians to kind of stash the twins in a room. Actually, I think I put them in a modified Elwarin room. Because they were still in a magical coma, 18 years old, with the minds of infants. Were they toddlers or infants?
Infants. They're like 4 or 5 months
18-year-old bodies, minds of infants. And all of a sudden I come downstairs and I reach out, and there's fucking an illusion of fucking Garfield standing there. It's like, do you know how long you've been gone? The war has started. And then I pass out. So explain to me how you teleported me, the tree, the twins, and then I end up outside of the tree without my magical staff.
Biggin, I have not reached out to you. There's no war. The military dwarves in Zamorvan Hall, Mithril Hall, and Mirabar are still gaining forces. My estimates are you still have about a week, maybe 2, before a war is to start. It sounds like
someone's fucking with my head.
Huh. Do you think there may have been some being you've slighted recently, perhaps?
Aside, you mean the cheeky fucker that I kicked out, that with your help I kicked out of my head and unfucked or refucked time? Possibly.
Perhaps.
I mean, the realm was covered in fire. I mean, that was a dead giveaway.
What about the thing you guys just accomplished, perhaps? You said there were some weird things that happened after you guys got back to your village?
Well, I mean, no one knew who I was. My
That was
family
before.
and I had been...
That was before you left.
Oh yeah, there's that. I don't remember. Honestly.
So I'll bring you back to the 3 dwarves that in your mind was stepped out of Pan's mouth as like a portal.
Oh yeah.
And kind of like imposed their will upon you 5, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you told Garfield about this during the week that you were gone for. So Garfield's like putting some pieces together right now.
Okay. So I admit we've pissed off a fair few people. Probably 3 very important dwarves that are quite mean. More importantly, where are the twins and where is my staff? What do I do? That's like, I'm just too exhausted. I can't think. Yeah, I'm just like, what? I just need guidance here.
Yeah, Garfield's like, well, you see him kind of doing some magic in his head. He's like, it seems you're close by to Zamorvan Hall right now, and you will probably find the twins and your staff with whichever evil being tricked you with me.
Oh, Jesus. So does that mean... And one more question. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. This is something I actually don't understand as a player. I planted the staff before I was aware I was under any influence. So to my knowledge, I got away, landed, unshape-shifted, deployed the ability, and did everything under my own mental state, normal, of what I assume.
Sure.
I had no reason to believe there was any kind of mental fuckery going on.
Sure.
So it's a little frustrating that I wake up and I find that I've been fucked with.
Welcome to BBEGs, baby.
Magic
Magic,
must
baby.
defeat magic. Yeah, okay. I'm like, right. I dig out the map that I have because, of course, I'm the one with the map. And I start marching in the direction of the Dwarven Hall.
Yep. And as you're marching through, you come upon the
I am not.
guards.
I'm trying to move as quietly as I can.
Yeah.
And
Are you trying to get inside the city, or are you not trying to get inside the city?
Oh, I'm gonna get inside, but I'm wondering if I should use my Fearbulg ability to disguise self so they don't know. Because I figure if I've pissed off a bunch of dwarves, they're kind of gonna know what I look like, and it's not every day you see a Fearbulg druid wandering about.
Sure, yeah. So feel free to shape as you would like.
So I'll use because I don't even think I got the benefits of a rest.
No, you not.
So I guess before I do anything, I will park myself outside. Once I spot them, like where the entrance is, I'll retrace my steps to get into like a shaded spot where I can actually rest and get all my shit back.
Okay.
So I'll do that first, and I guess I don't know if that I'm assuming this is going on concurrently to what the rest of the party's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So may I take a long rest?
Yeah. No, you can find a place to sleep.
So yeah, I'll take a long rest to get all my shit back.
As you sleep, you are haunted by a variety of nightmares.
Oh, great.
Yes, one more thing indeed. You see yourself standing at the edge of a mountain. The twins floating just out of your reach, and a maniacal laughter kind of echoes in the canyon behind you.
Yep.
And the twins drop from the sky, falling downwards, and you are rooted in place, unable to move or change their destiny.
Great.
The second one is a satyr carrying your staff, humming, whistling, and planting your staff in the ground and eating all the food in your house.
Well, I mean, that I can live with.
Sure. And the third and final one is a dwarf looking at you. You can't quite tell what they look like from the shadows kind of covering them. It's pretty dark. And you just hear them say, "Kill him. He is not like the rest. He is not worthy of being alive." Whether that who that means, who that is directed towards, you're not sure. But that is what you hear. This dwarf, kind of clad in shadow and darkness, speak in undertones to another creature, and you wake up. Sweat covered your body.
But I have all my magic back.
Yep.
But I'm still missing like my magical focus, so I can't really do a whole lot except for cantrips.
No, I mean you have another quarterstaff with you, just not your magical one.
That's true. So I do have my regular quarterstaff. I do have my regular.
Like I said, the only thing you're missing are the twins and your magic quarterstaff.
Yeah.
That you got from.
So I have all my other
Sylvanas.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Okay. So.
That includes you still have the laurel wreath too. It's just the staff that's missing right now.
Yeah, I still have the laurel wreath, which is always a good thing. What does the laurel wreath do again? That's the one that lets me +2 to wisdom, +1 to heals, has essence of Pan. And that's the thing that lets me come. I don't have my death ward.
Nope. That is all.
What does the essence of Pan do again?
I'll let you call it to nature.
Oh yeah, lets me do that thing. Okay.
It was like a buff with your staff, but now that you don't have the staff, it's like you're missing a part.
Yeah. So I go back to the entrance and I look at things. I could wild shape my way in, but that only really lasts for an hour. Let's see. Fearbulb magic. Detect magic, disguise self. Using wisdom, a spellcasting ability. Okay, disguise. Let me just double check disguise self. Disguise self, 5th edition. Duration 1 hour. Great. Okay. Well, we'll start with this. So I'll transform myself into. Before I transform myself into anything, I do a little observation trying to see who's coming and going. Is it just
Yeah.
dwarves? Are there humans?
It's
You know-
a variety of people right now. Most of the non-dwarves seem to be merchants of some sort from Hexluck.
Okay. So, a hexlock. Okay. So I transform into another human using disguise self into a human. In disguise using disguise self, my clothes transform into the livery of Hexlock of a Hexlock merchant, and I kind of just work my way quietly into the queue, joining the band.
Okay. Yeah. You make your way through pretty easily. You find yourself kind of with a merchant group from Hexlux. They don't check your identification when they check the main person. And you slip into the town fairly easily.
Okay. I had some inkling that Zanril might be coming this way, so I'll go to the person who I think is in charge of the party, and I'll say,
What party? Sorry.
the leader of the merchant party.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
I'll produce a folded letter, and I'll just kind of show it without any, I'll just be like, the mistress asked that I give this to Master Zanril. Do you know if he's in town?
Oh yeah. Here, he's staying at this inn. You could just ask at the front, and they'll direct you to his room.
Okay. So I go to the inn directed to, and it's like I say hello. I am a member of the current trading party with Hexlock, with the merchant group Hexlock. I'm looking for for Master Zanril. I'm here. I'm here. He's staying here.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
of
a
course,
message.
Yeah.
I have a message
He's eating
to
breakfast in his room
deliver
right
to him.
now.
Oh, would you mind pointing me
Yeah,
in
of
the
course.
direction of the room? I must deliver this to him in person.
Yeah, they're like first door on the left and the second floor. Go for it.
Thank you. And I go upstairs. I quickly look around. Do I see anyone around me?
No. I mean,
It's
morning.
I do a quick Arcana check just to see if there's any magical methods of spying.
Sure, roll for it. That's the
Awesome.
big dice
We're off
I'm
to a
looking
great
for.
start.
That's the big dice I'm looking for. Nothing.
Okay. I drop my not quite convinced. Oh, fuck it. He's convinced. I drop disguise self and I knock on the door and I say, Xandil, open up. It's me, the biggin. Very as quietly as I can without drawing any kind of disturbance.
Yeah, the three of you guys have been eating your breakfast for the past like 20 minutes or so. When you get the knock on the door.
Landu, can you go get the door?
You are muted.
I'll get the door.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna go get the door.
Door opens. You see Biggin standing there. He is.
Oh,
So-
why did I open the door?
So you still see like burn marks on him, and his skin still hasn't fully gone back to normal, but he seems okay aside from that. He does look frazzled, though.
Oh,
welcome back.
Lando, I've never been happier to see you in my entire life. And I actually reach down and I give him a hug. I literally go to one knee and I give him a hug, folds and all. I don't mind the fact that I might end up getting stuck in there.
It's a trope within this group. Lando's folds are also the same strength factor that he has. So people often get stuck in it.
So after the hug, I unstick. Do I successfully unstick myself?
That's the question for Lando. Do you
get
allow
grappled.
Yeah, Lando, do you allow him to unstick himself from you?
I mean, I guess let's see if he can strength check his way out.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
That's
Hey,
an-
dirty 20. I'll
all
take
right,
it.
Dirty 20. Lando, what's your roll? Yeah.
Oh my god.
He doesn't.
I actually
Oh,
won a contest
man.
of strength.
He doesn't.
Holy
He
shit!
gets out.
Yeah, he gets out.
Ugh.
And there's an audible like
Oh dear.
as your arms get
Feel like
sucked,
it-
get out of his body.
That's
I
what
stand up,
happens. It's like a.
I
It's like
came
a.
in disguise. Let me in, so let's shut the door. Do you have anywhere to sit? Is there anything to drink? Even better if it's beer.
I think so.
Mind you guys,
I
it's
don't-
like 7 a.m.
No,
is-
I
yeah,
don't think
it's
you
early.
want to drink in the morning.
After the week I've had, oh, I sit down and I just like explain the whole thing, and and as I come to the end, it's like I talked with Lando when I woke up in the creek bed, and I
Garfield.
think Garfield, sorry, Garfield, when I woke up in the stream bed, and I think, according to Garfield, my staff and the wee twins, well, I can't say we, the grand twins are here. And oh God, Pan, was that a nightmare to get them out of there? I didn't know what I'm gonna do, them being asleep in infants and adult bodies. It's a right mess. It's gonna take me another 20 years of study just to undo that shite.
I didn't understand half of what you just said, but okay.
And I
Uh,
finally realized that there's someone else I don't know in the room. And it's just like, who are you?
Oh, Millie
Biggin hasn't
Baines.
learned anything.
I-
Biggin hasn't learned anything.
I didn't want to interrupt. I am just incredibly uncertain. You're quite an intimidating character, and you just started, and I didn't want to stop you.
At the words intimidating, Biggin is like confused. It's like intimidating. I thank you for the compliment. The Biggin, a pleasure to meet you.
I'll give a as
I'll
hearty
extend
as a
a hand.
handshake as I can.
I won't crush your hand, trust me. I'm
He's
a
not
fearful.
actually that strong.
I'm like,
He's not actually that
Yeah.
strong. It's just
yeah.
this was a 1 in a million shot that he had to break free of.
I have a 14 strength. It's not awful for a druid.
He's like a 25 or 27. I can't remember. He's got some bullshit number of strength.
Yeah, but it's like a pleasure to meet you. I'm assuming since you're with these two that you're on our side.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit more on the business side of things, but Lando and
that's
I have
fine.
done a little bit of killing. That's he says like clearly not as a killer would. You know, he's
Never killed anything in his entire life, actually.
Up until now. Well. It's a pleasure to meet you. And do I get any sense of his profession from just like looking at him?
You've never seen anything like him before.
I'm very excited to see what you're capable of. So is there a plan?
well, now it seems like the plan is to get you a beer after the story you told me. Oxy, could you go get some more for Biggin?
I
Yeah,
suddenly
and-
noticed the robot and like
Yeah,
really fall out
I
of the chair.
stand up. I stand up. I'm sitting on Oxy right now, and he like gets up and goes and just walks out the door to go get a beer.
I literally like Biggin almost falls out of his chair. It's like it's like what? What is that?
It's a mechanical quadruped, but I've learned to just call him a robo-ox, or I'm still trying to figure it out. It's hard to explain to folks who, just in general, but he's all right. Don't worry about him. He just Think of him like a dog, but not that one. And he points to the new, the new Frank.
Oh, Frankie, me boy. Gives him
Uh,
the scrap. It gives him the pat on the head.
Frank is double the size of what you saw him last time, at minimum maybe 4 times the size.
Also,
And flames are
when
coming out of his mouth.
when Bacon tries to go to give him a scratch, he's gonna like shoot a little flame up, like puff
And
flame at him.
I'm using animal handling. I mean, technically, he's not an animal, but
Why? What
He
do you
is an
mean?
animal.
He is an animal.
oh, well, he's a clay dog.
He's Frank, the clay dog. Come on,
Oh,
now.
it's
He
okay.
has a name. Yeah, go ahead and roll animal handling. We'll say you have advantage because you've known him for a long time too. 25, yeah. I think that he doesn't feel threatened by Biggin, but he's kind of also like looking at Lando to see like what he should be doing in the situation.
Oh,
Like
Frankie.
He's like
It
fine
looks
with you
like we've
petting
been fed
him.
a few demons. You've grown quite a wee bit. And then I'll look back at Millie Bays, and Millie, you see, I think you and I may need to have a discussion on this word mechanical. I can understand what it is, though the thing does look like a walking mill. But if it'll bring me a beer, I'll nay question it, and I'll tell it, and I'll say thank you very much.
Is it obvious and not wrong for me to assume that you are one of the of a more druidic or more natural profession?
I wave my hand and druid craft a sprig of mistletoe out of thin air.
Huh.
Hey,
I'll assume that's not a subtle hint, but yeah. So the way I can describe him is: imagine if you took the bones of an animal, but you had to make them from the earth or metal, and then everything else, earth and metal around that, and yeah, that's kind of what it's like.
but how do you make it, well, alive, for
Oh.
lack of a better word?
Yeah, it's there is not really a word for it, I guess. It's simply a set of logic, you see. And he starts to explain, like, how he connects the wires and the energy that goes between them and the decision-making processes that can derive from there. And then he realized, oh well, it's basically just like a. And actually, I'm at a loss for I would describe how a steel defender actually works in this world.
So the Steel Defender has a brain of sorts. It's probably a magical like stone that kind of connects the like circuitry of like the movement as well as its like hearing ability to kind of like work with you. It still cannot speak, right? But there's like a magical stone, probably like a ruby or some kind of like gemstone that's embedded in his head that kind of with all the other like wiring and stuff like that you've done with the rest of his body is like the center hold for how it goes and moves. But it's
So-
magical. Like the stone that you have in the head is magical and is supplying the energy. It will eventually run out, but you don't know what the limit of that running out is yet.
So just imagine every part of an animal must be meticulously designed and accounted for all the functions that it needs to have, and those parts are then imbued with magic and connected together.
I see. That makes sense. That makes a fair bit of sense now that you explain it that way.
Yes, it's just a lot less messy than working with actual animals.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, the dong is not a fun thing.
I thought about having a feature that was just that, but I scrapped it at the last minute because it did not test well in the focus groups.
That's a fair point.
Focus
So,
groups being him. It's just him.
Yeah.
He was the focus
I'm not
group.
saying it though.
Yeah.
I'll look at Lando and Zanril at this point, and I'm like, no, please tell me. I guess I'll look at Zanril first. So, and I'll just be like, tell me what's happened since I left. Please tell me what brought you here, how you got here, and I'm assuming all roads lead to Neverwinter, so to speak. So what can I do to assist?
Well, to make things simple, we got 2 suspects. We're now going to 1 suspect at this point. Yeah. Just it seems most likely the person that we're gonna have to deal with is possibly royalty of some sort. That's also connected to Lando for some reason. Interesting reason. And yeah,
My
like
cousin is the
still,
king.
yeah, that too.
So Lando just drops that bomb on you, Biggin.
Okay.
He says, "My cousin's the king."
I look at him and I raise an eyebrow, and then I look at
And
while the other
while
two,
he's looking at me, I'm just fingering one of my nipples as I'm staring at him.
and I'm just like, I just look at the other two, and I'm basically insight checking this, but I'm like, is he telling the truth? And
Yeah.
good luck to me. Yeah, no, typical. I'm gonna believe it no matter what.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not that. It's just like you trust your friends not to lie to you at this point. He's been through a lot. Millie, you're still working through, but you like him enough with the amount of magical knowledge he has and like interesting new things for you to learn from.
Damn it.
Lando, you haven't been lying though.
I know, but I want him to just think that I'm lying to him.
I would say it's more like maybe performance than deception because you're trying to put on an act of sorts.
That's true.
But yeah, I know Biggin, he seems to be telling you the truth from all that you can tell.
Right. Well, so do I address you as Sir Lando now?
No, bitch.
I mean, I'm not mocking you, laddie. And if you have title,
No, I'm not royalty. I'm just related to them. That's all.
all right, fair enough. Okay, so your father is the king. Interesting.
No, he's not my father. He's my cousin.
Oh, your cousin's the king. Right.
We don't know who my dad is.
Interesting. Have we found the evil bastard who put your father, and I point at Zanril, your father under that curse?
Most likely the king.
So we're gonna kill the king.
Well, that's kind of where we're at a crossroads.
So we're not killing the king.
Well, it's not off the table.
But
Glean from that, perhaps, is the question I push back to you.
well, it's like, was it a fever dream, or was it like actually a hint that like somehow Pan is involved in all of this?
Roll insight.
Great, here we go. Plus nothing. Yep. No clue.
You're pretty confident that it was a fever dream, but just because it was a fever dream doesn't mean it may not have any meaning behind it.
Okay. I'm like, so I'm not going to say anything based on that thought, but it's just like, right, well, I will do whatever I can to support you. You've done more than enough to help me in my life, and I will do everything I can to help you and achieve whatever ends we may. But I do need to get out of here with at least my niece and nephew. If we can swing that, I'll be very happy.
So,
Sure.
point of order: you do not know where your niece and nephew are.
That's true. I don't know where they are. I'm assuming based on
Yeah, you can assume that.
Assuming we find. It's
Yeah.
like assuming we find them. I want to get them out of here.
I just want to let the four of you guys know I have not explicitly stated that they are here, and that's
Garfield
totally...
hinted at the fact that the dwarves might have them.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure that it's been abundantly clear.
Yeah.
I did not say they are
Yes,
clearly
yes,
here in
yes.
Morvenhall, because I did not want you to be disappointed if they're not here, or if they are,
Oof.
or if they never existed in the first place.
Damn. Picking on shrooms? Is
Maybe.
this what it is?
Maybe.
He'd be getting high on all by himself.
Yeah, but Lando and Zeno, you guys do see like Biggin looks older. Fearbolgs do live a good chunk of time, so he's not like near death by any means. But like he is like, aside from the burns and the shriveled skin, he just looks older and tired.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
Is Biggin actually missing hit points right now?
No, I'm back at max. But
Okay.
so like part of what happened to me was like literally when I got bit by the snake, it literally drained 10 years off my life. So like according to my character sheet, I think according to my character sheet, I was roughly kind of like young for a Fearbulg. I was in my 20s. I was in my late 20s. I'm now in my late 30s, pushing 40. And
Mhm.
Fearbulgs really only live about 80 years. It's like
Which
they
is
have
long
giant.
for humans.
It's long for humans,
Yeah.
but it's like while I have giant, so it's like I'll probably age like a giant ages because we are part giant. So it's like there's maybe, and I do have kind of like stony skin, so there might be some moss in places and some cracks in the forms of wrinkles. I kind of am aging the same way stone ages. It's not
He's
quite the
been
same with
cursed.
humans. So I'm literally missing 10 years of life.
So, Xano, you speak about a curse. You could try to remove curse here and see if that does anything.
Cast remove curse on him.
The aging has reverted back.
Spectacular. Wonderful.
I
The
look
crack
at
just refill.
Yeah, the cracks refill.
I look at Xandril and I'm just like, you sir. What if this? I literally take a knee, like if I can do anything for you and yours again.
Can you just please stand up?
It's like Biggin is like, no, but you don't understand. Like Biggin is so distraught and just like mentally fragged, like just the week of this, like all the bullshit trying to get the twins and everything that's been happening. It's like he's faced several extreme realities at this point where he is like questioning a lot of things and realizing he has to grow up he's had to grow up very, very quickly and has a lot more growing left to do. And it's just like he's very, very thankful. And he's not trying to make shit awkward, but he's just like, he's a grand gesture kind of guy. And it's like, if you need anything, I got you. It's like literally
he needs you to kill a king.
Fine, I'll kill the king. I'll T-Rex it up and I'll go kill the king. Just
Sounds
point me in the
lovely.
direction.
Okay.
Oh God, you guys are gonna take that literally. Jesus.
They say, hey, Biggin's cousin, Nathaniel, this dude wants to kill you. And then just watch. Watch how things play
Oh
out.
God. You mean Lando's cousin, not Biggin's cousin.
Maybe it's also your cousin.
How is he my cousin? Lando and I aren't related.
Are you
Are
sure?
we?
The mystery deepens.
Mystery deepens.
Oh, damn.
I want a 23. Is there a D&D version of 23andMe?
Yeah, it's called Alcazar's Magical Mystery Blood Test.
Oh great. Sign me up, please. Like that would be hilarious if Lando and I are somehow related. I could see Lando just like gouging out his eyeballs.
We can't be related.
Maybe.
There's no way.
Impossible.
Cool. So yeah, it's the day of your like family event that you've never met before, Orlando. What do you guys want to do?
I know Oxy's given that beer to Biggin, and that's it.
Reasonable. So there's a few set things you can do right now, right? You can head over to the Mage Tower to try to find Alcazar and see when the party is. That's one. Two, you can track the king's movements and try to find a time when he's alone. And you can also check and see if he's still looking magical based on the information you got from Alcazar, where the king is not magical actually at all. And the third thing is you can, I guess, continue to track the old outside advisor because Xandril still might be confident that it's actually him, not the king.
Let's track down the king. Check if he's magical. If he ain't, then we're going after someone else. And I'm assuming everyone knows who I'm implying, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
The outside advisor. I've been talking with you, like.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll track down the king first.
Cool.
So what do you want me in disguise, just like following you? Like I can go from, like I can change into a bird and then shapeshift. I can either use my wild shape so I can save them, or and just kind of use, use disguise self. But all my shapeshifting only really works for an hour, unless one of you has a disguise kit that can like kind of change my look a little bit, so I kind of fit in with you guys, and like I'm just like a servant for one of you, or just trying to figure out how I can kind of like move about the city with you guys, because I'm pretty conspicuous in a city full of dwarves.
Invisibility that I can use.
Does that only last? That's concentration. Does it last longer than an hour?
And no.
'Cause, I mean, I have Pass Without Trace. I don't have invisibility. I can meld into stone. That works 8 hours.
You meld into the
But-
rocks of the castle and just live there.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't have anything that really like changes me, I think. Except for like, disguise self, which I can cast at will because, through Furbolg magic. But I think for the Furbolg magic, it only works once a day. It actually doesn't say how many times I can use it. It just says I have. I can't use it again until I finish a short or long rest. So I've already used it for the day.
Well, it does last an hour, right? So
yeah,
you'll have however much time it takes for you guys to figure out what you want to do.
I do have a hat of disguise if anyone needs that, but you're just gonna have to, I guess, quote unquote, attune to it.
Which takes, I think, 8 hours to do.
Yeah, long rest.
Yeah, it takes a day, so that won't work. I guess I can burn a level 1 spell slot and cast disguise self on myself again, because I did drop my disguise so they'd see me and let me in.
Yeah.
So I can use a level 1 spell slot and cast it on myself, unless what spells? Disguise self information.
You polymorph yourself into a T-Rex.
That's true. I could polymorph myself into a T-Rex, but I don't really want to do that quite yet.
Could be fun.
And yeah, but I just run amok and destroy everything.
No, you keep your senses, so you get to choose what you run when you run amok and how.
No, polymorph I don't.
Oh, that's right.
Even as a druid, I don't get to keep my stuff.
Yeah,
I'm literally a fucking ravening monster at that point.
Perfect distraction, guys.
I mean, I'm kind of saving polymorph for if and when shit goes wrong, shit goes sideways. Because that's a really, really useful when shit goes sideways kind of spell.
Sure.
But I can just use a level 1 spell slot and just transform myself again and just kind of continue to burn spell slots as I need to maintain the disguise.
Okay, cool. So you guys probably spend another like 10 minutes finishing your food. Biggin, do you need food?
I'll pull rations out of my kit and eat.
Wow, you guys are at like an inn and he's pulling out rations. Y'all are.
I don't know if they have food for me to eat, so I'm not going to impose.
Y'all are nice to your friends, is all I'm trying to say. Cool. Yeah. So then you guys, I guess, head out. What you guys want to do?
Billy will put out there that he does have ways of making Biggin invisible if he ends up needing some extra magic to get him through a situation.
I appreciate it.
And in fact, I believe I can hand him a crafted like signet ring that has invisibility on it, but I'm looking for exactly what the specifications on that are. I believe. Oh no, it's first or second level. I can't actually do that. So no, if he would have to just come up to me, and I can make him invisible.
Mhm.
I'll just make sure I walk very close to you, and I'll just tap you on the hand if I need it.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys are trying to track the king. You guys are gonna have to be really stealthy to do this though, because the king does have like guards and stuff around him. But when you guys get like, he's in his like audience chambers. Like there are people coming in like asking him for things and like shit like that.
So I will cast Pass Without Trace, just so we have that.
Okay. How long does it last for?
It's
An
concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay. So then you can't have disguise self then, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is concentration. Shit, I can't do that. Never mind. No Pass Without Trace. Well, like, it's just like it's either we get +10 to all of our stealth rolls, or I'm fucking standing out like a sore thumb.
How about this? Let me make you invisible, and then we'll also pass without a trace.
That'll do it. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll actually burn my first level 2 spell slot, and do you need me to put Pass Without Trace in the game?
No, I know it does. It's +10. Just
Yeah.
so it only lasts for an hour is the thing. So
yeah. So just let me know when an hour passes, and I'll see if we need to pop it again.
sure. Invisibility only lasts a minute though, right?
It lasts 1 hour.
Oh yeah, it's 1 hour unless you attack. That's right. Yeah. I was thinking of greater invisibility. Greater invisibility is 1 minute, and you can attack and all that jazz. So it's like, cool, sweet. Yeah. So Biggin is invisible. You guys have your bonus to stealth. Yeah. So you guys can kind of track the king, and you find him in the audience chambers, listening to people. He's only got one person left. Kind of asking him for levy on taxes in some of the smaller villages surrounding Zorvan Hall for their war efforts. And he says, sure. Millie, is this concentration? It is. So, Millie, you cannot reconfirm if this dude is magical or not.
Unless I have a crafted item that
Sure.
stores a spell that is level 2 or less.
Oh, just give it to me. I could cast it for you.
Yeah, so I can give a ring of detect magic to someone.
Okay. Cool. So who do you give it to?
I'll give it to Zanril just so that he can get the evidence himself.
Okay. So Xander, you use it when you are in range, but to get in range, you need to be 30 feet away. So you got to be sneaky.
Okay. I'm gonna drink a potion of invisibility. Not
Smart.
invincibility.
Cool.
And
So they'll give you advantage, and you'll get the +10 still.
Okay, for stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Public roll advantage. Boop boop.
So 35. God damn, nice. Yeah, you are undetected in the throne room, or not the throne, in the audience chamber.
Is that a party roll or is that an individual?
That's just for him. He's going because he has to get close enough to use the detect magic.
So he scouted ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you guys are kind of hanging out. Because like I said, it's an open area where the audience chamber is. It like opens out to the mage tower. So you guys are kind of like hiding around.
We're stealthily loitering.
Yeah, and then Xandril kind of seeing his chance when that last suit is about to leave, goes invisible and kind of stealths up. Yeah, so with 35, you're able to get close as you're getting closer to him as the king is like getting down from the throne that he has in this audience chambers and is heading to the back. I guess here I can pull us back onto the map real quick. So you got the king and all his retinue. You guys aren't actually there, of course, but let's get Biggin on the map here. Yeah, we'll put you guys down south over here somewhere. So yeah, the king is kind of getting down, and he's like on his way back out this way. And he's heading this way. He's got his retinue of guards kind of with him. They're kind of following behind him, like so. And then you see the mage people are kind of like a few steps further back, like so. And so yeah, when you get to about whatever the range of 30 feet is here, so I guess here you get in this area down here, you could cast it and get it. But the issue is he'll be he's walking away from you, right? So you got to do it really quickly, or you'll get out of range of him. So it might be worth getting closer, or like walking with them as you're doing that, so you can maintain your distance. However you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'd probably be somewhat away from the mages.
Sure. Yes.
More
Maybe.
closer to the soldiers.
Yeah, maybe like somewhere over here or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cast it. Your king is very magical.
Do I detect any ancient magic of some sorts, or what kind
Like
of
it's same thing that Billy kind of told you about. That's that ancient like evil energy that clouds your father still and while he's still asleep. That hovers on him as well. He's just a magical being himself, and he's got weapons and armor and stuff that are magical that he keeps on him.
I see. So
as a king should.
it's a okay. What to do? What to do? Okay. I feel like something I could do here.
Yeah, so as you're kind of thinking about what to do, the king continues to walk forward, and you see him get onto this magical portal.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of stands there, and you see him kind of like think for a minute, and he's like looking around at like his group, and he says, "You know what? I think I'll walk today. I think that will be better for me." And yeah, I think walking should be fun. And you see him kind of turn around away from them and continue walking out the back. And you see all the guards kind of just stop here, and they just kind of wait for him to return. And he keeps walking out the back, and then you see him kind of, as you're following him, the rest of the group is just kind of waiting patiently, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of travel, keep following him, and he's walking for a solid 20 minutes. And he's, going down up into the castle, down into his throne room area. You see him kind of go down some stairs. That's about 20 minutes at this point. So now you have to think, do you turn back now and get back to your group? Or do you keep following him and risk possibly being found because your visibility would drop? Because you're kind of at that precipice where like you've had the invisibility on for about 25-ish minutes right now.
It's for an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I guess I'll head back.
Okay. Yeah, and you head back. You kind of meet up back with the group, and then after about an hour, you see the king kind of come back, and he's with his retinue of guards and everything like that. And he says, "All right, time for us to go to the party." And you notice that his speech is a little bit quicker than it was when you guys met with him. But if you guys hadn't been so like hyper focused on like picking up his traits and like what he has mannerisms and stuff like that, you may not have noticed this.
I see.
Biggin and Millie Bays being there with their high perception. I think yours is like pretty decent too. I guess you guys all have like somewhat decent perception.
It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys all kind of notice he speaks a little bit faster than he did when he was meeting with you guys. And you're not here. You're obviously like down south with the group. You're not within range of him.
So he has like two people essentially. There's like two people essentially.
You're not sure.
Maybe.
Maybe he's just in a better mood now that he doesn't have to do like boring work stuff, where he maybe has to put on a front or whatever, right, to like show the people that he's like regal and all that jazz. And maybe now he's just excited to be with his family. You're not. You guys can't. None of you guys can really quite tell.
Okay, what to do?
He's going to a party that Lando has been invited to.
We could jump him.
Was it just Lando who's been invited, or should we all go?
You guys can ask. Lando can ask.
Lando, you think you can get us all an invite?
I might be able to. I know some people, even though they're all basically strangers.
Yeah, so you guys head back to the Mage Tower. Yeah, so Lando, you kind of walk in. You see Alcazar kind of getting ready to head out. And he says, "Ah, brother, I see you brought your friends. And who is this?" And he points to Big A.
I'm still invisible, technically.
Nope, the spell's been worn off by this point. I just said you guys have been waiting there for an hour.
Okay, so we never re-upped.
You guys can re-up if you want. I'm just letting you know it's been an hour and a half since Zanril came back.
I mean, yeah. If we're going to see more people, I'm gonna re-up. If Bacon's anonymity is still.
Yeah, let's re-up it for now.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm still invisible.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So then he's like, excellent. We have your two friends, and it's quite excellent, quite fun. Are you bringing them with you, Lando? Are you coming to the party? Is that what's happening?
I mean, yeah, I was hoping to. They didn't. I don't know. I wanted some people that I knew. Like it's never fun to go to a party and you don't know anybody. You gotta have a couple people to back you up.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. Let's break it down. You guys are gonna come with me, so you'll be like part of my crew, right? Because
right.
You're hanging with my brother, and then we'll show up to the party and be like, "Yo, what up? Alcazar's got a real brother now, bitches!" And Alcazar seems to be trying to figure out some way to like meet your vibe, Lando, because he's very different than he was yesterday.
Right.
He was like,
he's different.
I mean, he's just like, he's acting differently, like it just out of character from what you know from yesterday.
All right, I'm gonna do a perception check on this guy.
Yeah. Same dude. He's just acting differently, whether it's because he's trying to like make you feel more welcome or whatever.
I'm doing an Arcana check on this guy as well.
Yeah. Same dude.
Not great. Fuck,
Same
man.
dude.
I've been rolling like shit today.
Good thing it hasn't been combat.
Okay, we're going.
Excellent.
Okay.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, so follow me. It's going to be about an hour to get there from here, walking. Or he's like, if you want to be cool, we could show up on the teleport scroll.
And how does this teleport scroll work? As I kind of like look around for where the invisible Biggin might be.
Yeah. So
I'm basically on your left hip, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm basically right behind. I'm basically right at your hip.
He's like,
Gotcha.
So what's gonna happen real quick, right? Is like we're gonna go to our teleport circle downstairs on the second floor, and I'm gonna step up on that. The three of you homies also step up on there with me, and then I cast the teleport spell to get us to the party. And yeah, it's gonna be you three plus me. It's anybody that I know that can feel, like I want there with me on the teleport. They can, you feel me? They like they teleport with me there, Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so it's just that we have, all these other, companions here, like can a teleport spell really handle all these people and constructs and
Frank
friends?
and Oxy? Yeah, for sure. Well, he's like, well, To be fair, I never tried it with non. He has to sit there and he thinks he's like non things that are alive and were born before.
Yeah, so I only have know really one school of magic, but like it's teleporting sounds like this might not be a very good idea. Like there's just a lot more kind of happening, and I don't want the very first party I ever go to in my whole life to like, you know.
How about this? I can try to teleport an inorganic piece of matter that's kind of similar to Oxy, if you'd like, just across the room, and we can see if it works. Huh?
Um, I wouldn't want you to waste a good amount of your magic on that. I think we could just walk. We could just walk.
Wasting. You wanna? Man, that ain't cool. I'm trying to show up cool with my bro Lando here, man. Like, we gotta show up to the party because, like, we don't got no family status. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta. Fuck. All right, I'm done with this. Okay, all right.
I wonder
see
if
him-
we could have like a really cool mount take us as I kind of like lean over to Biggins like. Anyway,
You kind of see him kind of like
Wait,
drop
I
his.
get the idea, and I like I get it. Like I will shift and I'm listening. I tap him to let him know I'm listening, and I'm just waiting to hear what he'll need me to shift into.
He's
like what if we knew someone who had a Clydesdale or like an actual ox or maybe
what about a giant elk? Have you thought about riding one of those? Those are pretty cool.
I've never that's a great is what oh
Biggin taps once for yes, like he can do that.
okay
And he's like,
he
all right.
says
He's like,
yeah,
all
you
right.
know what, let me go and see if I think I saw an exotic animal trader. I think I can work out a deal. I'm an excellent businessman, you see. One moment. I'll be back with an elk or nothing at all. In which case, then sure we can try your teleporting and
All
all
right.
that.
Cool. Peace, Millie Base. See you in a bit.
And I follow.
Yeah.
Millie
then,
goes and just
Yeah.
like as he walks out.
And then he looks at Xander and Orlando. He's like, all right, I'm gonna drop this this new like act I was trying to do. I was trying to figure out like a cool way to kind of connect with you guys because it's like kind of hard sometimes to meet new people. So I was trying to like, I don't know. I think I'll just be myself. So like yeah. So like Lando, when your friend comes back with that elk, yeah, that'll be cool. Maybe the two of us could ride the elk. And he looks at Xander. He's like, I don't know what you're gonna do that'll be cool. But maybe you could like fly or something cool.
Is Lando still out?
It's okay.
My guess is yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna continue. Like Lando's just not speaking, and Lando's just nodding. He's like, yes, I would love to ride a giant elk, because he would have no idea what that refers to. So yeah, so we'll say like they're waiting for you guys. And how long do you guys think it takes for you to come back as a giant elk?
Just find a quiet spot for me to shift.
Yeah, I basically go out, like find a corner or alley, and then I'm like, please tell me you're here. Please tell me you're here.
And I just kind of whisper. I just say, yes, of course.
Oh, okay. So then you got it, right? You got what I was picking up what I'm putting down. You know.
It was very clever thinking on your part. And I'm like, right, drop the invisibility and give me a bit of room.
A big snap and a step back.
And Begin uses a wild shape to shift into a giant elk.
Two questions I have for both of you. One, do you guys know how big a giant elk is? And two, do you know how big of an alley you're in?
I'm assuming I'm working on the impression that Millie Bays found a spot big enough to reference a very large animal.
But I think probably just enough because he doesn't have like an encyclopedic knowledge on animals really.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. So Biggin, you shift, and your horns are like poking up out of the alley, and they like kind of grind against it as you walk out.
I just give my head a shake, like that was uncomfortable, and I just kind of
And
kneel
it
down.
sounds
So
it sounds like chalkboard on, or like nails on a chalkboard as your like antlers
because
are like
it's bone on stone,
bone
it's
on
bone
stone.
on
Yeah.
stone.
So it's like.
And then I kneel down on my front leg so Millie Bays can hop on, and then I'll just kind of walk back towards where we were.
Wow, you are actually huge. I'm just looking this up now.
That's
You are
why.
actually huge.
That's why I asked the question. I was like, "Do you guys actually know?"
Like Biggin would have given him some context as like I need a bit more room, or it's like they would have figured it out. Like Biggin knows how
Yeah, the
big he's
horns
gonna
were
get.
just out of pocket in terms of how large they were.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
I will say
So
it was
after-
it was probably like kind of tight though, even without the horns for Biggin.
Yeah, I might have needed a little help with you dragging my head out of the alley.
Yeah, I've got Oxy like hauling you, like trying to get you out squoze.
Yeah.
Basically.
So then you guys gonna make your way back to the Mage Tower. You guys come up, and then
Yep.
you see Alcazar is like talking with Lando and Xandro, and he's gone back to his normal cadence. He's no longer dropping like "you feel, bro." He's not really dropping any of those anymore. He's like, "Yeah, oh, okay, this would be nice. All right, so for traveling on foot, it's gonna be 2 hours. Well, maybe faster on the elk. I don't know how fast the rest of you guys can go.
What are we doing?
You're traveling to the party.
Right.
On foot, it's 2 hours, but maybe on Biggin
I
as a
thought
giant
we were going to
elk.
teleport.
The concern
So-
there was that one, because he could not see or like perceive Biggin, that Biggin would be left behind. So then Millie Bays had some quick thinking, tried to make it about the non-organic animals that are part of your retinue. As
My movement
Right.
speed is 60 feet.
Okay, think about twice. So she has about an hour, but I don't know what Oxy's movement speed is, because you, as the giant elk, cannot carry all of your friends plus Alcazar.
I have a strength of 19, but yeah, I can't carry everyone.
Yeah.
Oxy has a speed of 40 feet.
Okay, so you guys will move at a speed of 40 feet then at most. Xanano, do you have like anything you can ride on also?
You know what? I'll just drink the potion of diminution, and I'll just like ride on like Lando's shoulder.
Are you gonna even ask?
Huh?
Are you gonna ask to do that?
Yeah, I'll ask for sure. Or I'll just like grab the giant elk.
Doesn't it
sticks
just
or
make you
something.
small though? It doesn't actually like make you super
Hello?
small, right? It's one size
It
smaller.
does make me super. Yeah, it does make me one size smaller. So
So you're probably like 2 feet now.
yeah, but I'm not as heavier, right?
I think it doesn't say anything about your weight. I think you're dense. You're the same weight.
Oh.
You're a dense piece of
Just
2
small,
foot
small.
Xandril.
You know, I'll just come to the party late, guys. Don't worry.
he's like, nah, that's boring. Kind of snaps his fingers. He's like, hey. Can one of y'all send him on the teleporter to the party? And you see like one of the mage people come like, yeah. Well, we can get him there. And they kind of bring Xandril up to the circle to be teleported out. And he's like, "We'll see you there in like an hour or so." Or I don't know. He looks at Oxy. I don't know how long it's gonna take us. It might take us like an hour and 45. I don't think Oxy can move that fast.
Right.
Off you go. Biggin, you have to use 2 wild shapes to maintain your form.
That's fine.
We'll say that you can do that without shifting out.
Yeah, it's just like it's basically just pumping the next slot to
Yeah.
maintain the spell.
That's fine. And Xandro, you get there super fucking early. And you still have the ring on. How many times can he use this ring that you
What
gave him,
ring?
Millie Bays?
The detect magic spell.
Yeah.
I believe he can use it twice.
Twice your intelligence modifier.
My intelligence modifier?
A holding object or creature can take an action to produce the spell's effect from it using your spellcasting ability modifier. If the spell requires concentration, creature must concentrate. The spell stays in the object until it's been used a number of times equal to twice your intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay. So you can use that guy 12 times if you'd like.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, so you guys are traveling. Xanderl, you get there super early, right, in comparison, because you get there essentially instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
And the king is there, along with all of his family members. And you kind of step off the teleport circle, and everybody kind of looks at you. And the king is like, "Oh, yeah, that's Xanderl. He works at Hexluck. Everyone knows Hexluck, right?" And you see everybody go, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah." And you see like a round of applause start.
Oh, thank you.
And king kind of rolls up to you, he's like, "Hey, yeah. So like, how did you know about this party, man? Like."
You know that
he looks
time when
much looser and relaxed here.
you know that time when you asked Lando, or maybe he should get his blood check, kind of thing. He did. Well, like you guys are, I guess, kind of family of some sort. But you guys are not brothers. It's more like he's your cousin, kind of thing.
Oh, that's why Alcazar's been like super happy. Oh. Okay, cool. Dope. Well, yeah, I mean, you're a guest here, so, have food, drink, whatever you'd like.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, he's like, cool. Well, if you need something, you can, find me. My guards or the people else around me will let you know if you need anything. But yeah, enjoy. And he takes a step away to go talk to some of his other family members.
When no one's looking, I'm just gonna I guess, rub the ring to activate it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. The king is back to being non-magical. From what you can tell.
Non-magical.
From what you can tell.
And are we still getting to the party,
Yep.
or is he in the party?
You guys are still getting to the party.
So there's two kings.
Maybe he's wearing something that prohibits anybody from seeing his magical abilities. You're not quite sure. He still has magical items on him, but he himself is not magical. A la what Alcazar kind of told you guys.
What type of magical? Or is it the same ones except for it's missing the ancient magic-ish kind of thing?
Yeah, you're missing the ancient magic, like taint, right? That like goes back to that. And then everything else, all the magical weapons, stuff like that, and his armor and stuff are all the same. You do notice a ring on his finger though that is new compared to what when he was wearing, what he had in the throne room.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I recognize that ring or seen it before? Something. Okay, good luck, guys. Wish me luck.
Let's go.
-1, 2 Arcana. -1, 2 Arcana.
No, I don't. I am proficient, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Good shit.
9. It is a magical ring of some sort. You haven't seen it before. But you're not quite sure if it's a powerful ring or if it just looks powerful, if that makes sense.
Okay. So it is of some sort of magical essence.
Mm-hmm. What it does, you can't quite tell. I think with text magic, you might get like the school.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is illusion magic on the ring.
So it is masking something from me.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Okay. I'm just gonna walk around, check out the food, check out if there's anything that, the team would want to eat or not, kind of. Also see how many guards and see how many wizards are there.
Yeah, so after kind of walk around the entire party for the next 20 minutes or so, you clock about 20 guards and 10 spellcasters that aren't frolicking with the rest of the family members.
Mhm.
You also notice there's only about 10 people here that are like enjoying the party, and there's 30 like guards in essence in total.
Oh shit.
So it's a lot of guards for not a lot of people. And then at the end of that, it takes about, like I said, hour 45-ish from when you got there. Alcazar riding a massive giant elk with Lando kind of sitting next to him, joins the party and says, "Hey everyone, brought some friends." And you see kind of trotting behind him is Millie Bays on Oxy. And as the three of them enter, alarm bells start to ring. And we'll pick it up here next time, next week.